We're live.
Hi, friends. Hello. Wow, this is a Friday night, and I should have planned this better. Well, I forgot I planned the game, and then I was like, I don't have to plan anything else, and now I have to speak at the beginning of it. But here we are. We are taking our hiatus of Ashoka for now, and we will this week be playing a one-shot of a wonderful one-page RPG called Unkindness, and it's about adolescent ravens. It's by James D'Amato, and I got it in this lovely book that is just like a bunch of one-page RPGs, and they're all very fun and very silly. So I'm sure we're gonna play some more out of here at some point. But yeah, so basically the entire setup is that you are a gaggle of adolescent ravens.
A gaggle? Is that the correct terminology?
I don't think that is the correct.
Isn't it a murder?
It says
That's
right.
gross.
Wouldn't it be flock?
I thought it was
right,
unkindness.
Yeah, it says right there in the book.
It's I like the word gaggle though. Unkindness makes me sad.
I love the word gaggle.
I'm saying gaggle.
All right.
In this game, the unkindness of adolescent ravens. Are you happy, Aaron?
No, I kind of like gaggle now. We need to go back.
It's so
It
dirty.
feels
to me.
weird now.
Gaggle just sounds something inappropriate, but
Gaggle
Dude,
does
gaggle?
sound inappropriate.
Listen,
yes.
Gaggle, it's too
Well-
close to gag.
Thank
Too close
you.
to gag.
okay. Anyway, as rules go in this game, you have two.
There are none.
Well, basically, there are three stats. You have youth, feelings, and maturity. At the start of the game, you have 4 in youth, 4 in feelings, and none in maturity. So as we go, we're going to be trying to accomplish tasks, accomplish goals, what have you, and each person is going to pick a goal as we go. And should you have to do some kind of a task to what's the word? To accomplish, there we are. To accomplish your goal, you are going to either roll youth or feelings. And if you roll under, you succeed. If you roll over, you encounter an obstacle. And the obstacle is something that we're all going to come up with together. Yeah, that's kind of like the first chunk of the game. And we keep going with this specific goal until we decide it's done or we decide it sucks, which is directly from the rules, or you decide it sucks now. After which there is the experience emotion portion of this game, and you can experience emotion by either bathing, eating trash, anting, which means rolling around in an anthill, or watching something burn.
This is just my life right here. That
Yes.
was like my day to day.
This
Can
is
you-
easy for you, Caleb.
Can you ant in a burning anthill?
That is your choice. You probably will take damage, but who's to say?
There's damage in this game. My raven can die.
Your raven can die, actually. Yes.
Whoa.
So should you fail one roll, it sucks. You fail a roll. There's an obstacle. Things are harder. If you fail 2, you gain an emotional condition, which is anger, jealousy, depression, infatuation, existential dread, or joie de vivre. And if you roll 3 fails within one goal, the next thing that could kill you will.
Well,
so don't
after
do
Iron
that.
Sworn, I want no piece of this shit.
How'd that
Well,
go?
roll shitty then.
I recuse myself. I'm not playing because I will kill this fucking bird.
There's a few more rules. There's a few more sections. We'll get to it when we get to it. I'm not going to give you a whole huge rules dump at the top. As you can see, we are missing our beloved Zakia today. They are taking care of some of their last things. That you can see down in the corner that we miss her very much, and we hope to see her soon.
They're gonna be
Yeah,
there
I
all
don't-
night.
I don't think there's anything. She is going to be here all night in the corner.
Our saint, our patron saint in the background.
Yes,
Yes.
Raven Queen.
Ooh.
I think that's about it. So if everyone's ready, we'll go ahead and start the game.
That was a bark.
Exactly
There's a
what
little,
I
there was a
wanted.
little warm up for you.
This is all that I wanted. So your unkindness, your gaggle, your gang, your crew, whatever you choose to call yourself, your squad, lives in the suburban neighborhood of Morrow Grove. It's under construction still. There are stretches of area where there are no buildings, just like empty lots, and then there are stretches of it that are pretty developed, and there are multiple houses. The street you live on, though, or where you spend most of your time, is North River. I didn't give it a name until just now. It's North River Road.
I could feel that fall from you. Like, that excreted from your skin. That was scary.
I just like how you were like, quick, alcohol, save me!
That's my plan. It's North River Road. It's a cul-de-sac. I figured out so much about this setting and not the fucking name of the street, but here we are. It's North River Road. It is a cul-de-sac. There are 9 houses on this cul-de-sac. 5 on the right side and 4 down the left. And where the 5th house on the left should be, there is a huge empty lot. Now the empty lot has dirt piles, scrubland, gravel, little patches of mud, beer cans, trash, anthills. There's even like an abandoned excavator, like they were planning to build, but it just didn't happen. There are also 2 empty houses on this street. The first house on the left and the 3rd house on the right. But every other house is occupied. There are families, couples, one little old lady who lives on her own. And it's pretty happening on this street. They're all they're a weirdly close neighborhood.
Is it? It kind of sounds like a dump.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
You like described like beer cans and stuff everywhere.
That's only in the lot.
Oh, I see.
And in a-
Gotcha.
That's like where all the teens hang
That's
out.
my bad. That's my bad.
Why has no one come to pick up this abandoned extractor? What the hell?
Excavator.
Those things ain't cheap.
Asshole.
We gotta
Yeah.
call the mayor. That's our first goal as
First
Ravens is to call the
Like,
mayor.
Wants to call the mayor. But
Like,
before we do, yes.
I'm so sorry. Is the empty lot with all the excavator? Is that what the green thing is? Is the green thing the excavator?
Yeah, is it the big brown splotch at the bottom?
Don't make fun of my maps.
I didn't. Did I say anything? I was.
Amanda didn't. Yes. So down in the far left corner, you can see the lot. It's the brown squiggles with the green squiggles. The green squiggles are where this butts up against the forest. So it's kind of where like the forest ends and the subdivision begins. You're outside of a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So before you call the mayor to have him come get this excavator, why don't we go around and introduce everyone? And we'll just go top to bottom and start with Aaron.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
My name is Crow, and I'm a really small raven, but I'm definitely a raven, not a crow.
What?
Well, there it is.
Yep. So what are some things about you, Crow?
I'm really good at using like tools with my beak. I can peck shit really good.
Right.
I'm known to over enunciate my words and use unnecessary detail.
Fantastic. Awesome. So that's Crow. Eli, why don't you go ahead and introduce Spoons next?
My name is Spoons. I'm a raven, a very small one, but I make it up with like a lot of heart. But I just like to kind of just like hang out and stuff with my friend Sporks. But because Sporks kind of scares away the owls. They're not my friends. And I hate gummy worms because they're just like really fake as fuck. And yeah.
Thank you, Spoons. Caleb, it's fitting that Spork is next, so go ahead and introduce us to Spork.
My name is Spork. On account of I lost one of my legs when I was young and replaced it with half of a KFC Spork.
Oh my god.
I'm a collector of trinkets and fine things, most of which someone would call garbage. I'm an outsider amongst the unkindness, but many fear me. I'm a massive raven, huge hulking thing. If anyone brings me an item to my spork hoard, I trade them for an item I most associate with them. I hate old women. And I'm insecure about my stump.
You have a stump,
Thank-
like you're missing a leg?
Yeah,
That's where
yeah.
KFC
So
Spork is.
the
Prosthetic
KFC spork has
spork.
taken over my right leg.
Gotcha.
That's why. That's how I got my name.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. Sergio, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I am playing Richard. He is a raven who prefers to go by the name Richard because he desperately wants to be human. He sees humans have the good life. They get to eat all the trash, and they always manage to shoo him and his unkindness away. He would love to desperately find some clothing or something that he could wear, like maybe a little vest or something that could make him look and feel more human. He hates dogs because they are man's best friend, and Richard is not man's best friend. And he, his insecurity is mostly his body image. He doesn't feel like he's in the right body. He wishes he could fit into humans' clothing. And his special power is that he has mimicry, so he can recreate sounds, even human speech.
Great. And last but not least, we have Amanda.
I am Junior or JR. Junior, I would say she is an average, kind of probably the average middle between Richard and everybody. I'm sorry, no, Spork and everybody else. She is very insecure about her feathers because it is not smooth. It's kind of like, think frizzy hair all over and ruffled, and will constantly try to pat it down, but won't. So she's trying to find ways to get it to stay down.
I'm sorry. Did you give your raven a perm?
I gave my raven just basically adolescence me where the hair just did not work.
I feel you.
Junior just literally she loves to just fly around and she just wants to hang out with friends and not get too she just wants to party and have fun all the time. She absolutely hates the mailman. She will do that is her life's goal. She wants to poop on him. She wants to destroy him. She wants the truck to burn because she does like fire. And she actually is friends with wolves in the forest.
Which she is.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Jesus.
So yeah. So we
Junior.
don't fuck with Junior.
Junior's got friends.
All my homies hate the mailman. Fuck the mailman.
The mailman.
Not the USPS. The USPS are great friends, but the mailman
Yeah.
in particular, fuck the
But
mailman.
this guy's the worst.
He
always
swatted at
puts-
her.
Yeah.
Bitch.
He swatted at her, and it was like it fucked up her feathers. So
Well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
nominate burning the mailman's car certainly as a goal of ours.
Absolutely.
We all love watching that.
Yeah, so the way this game kind of works is there's not a whole lot of specific end goal for the game. We find goals that we want to accomplish ourselves. I have a few options for you guys in mind, but when you come up with them, please do them. I love them. I will say the lot is kind of a disputed territory between you and the owls. The owls who live in the forest, they claim that as theirs, and you think because it is part of the neighborhood, it's yours. And it has been an ongoing struggle since before, or not before, but since the cul-de-sac came into being. There are a bunch of things in backyards you can investigate. There are just a plethora of things you can do. So who would like to come up with the first goal? I can also roll a d6 and we can pick that way.
Do you guys want to burn down A postal service van?
Yes.
I really do. I really do.
Kill an old lady while doing it?
Uh,
Yes.
All right. So it's
I
probably
mean,
probably-
I don't know if we should, but if that's what everybody wants to do, I guess, yeah,
Think
I'll
about
do it.
the fire.
Come on,
What you wanna
Spoons.
do?
Don't be a wuss.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do, Spoons? What you wanna do?
Okay.
I don't know. Pretty hungry.
it's probably closing in on 9 in the morning. The sun's up. It's a little bit overcast today. And you do know that the mailman doesn't come until the sun is a little bit further in the sky. But Spoons, because you said you were hungry, you also know that the Loman Wyatt family have a bird feeder in their backyard as well as a koi pond.
Mm.
Oh, let's get some breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm for it.
And then
Yeah, let's
we
go get
plan.
breakfast at the Wyatt house.
We plan while we eat.
Yes. So you flap your bird way over to the Loman Wyatt home. There are two. Yes.
Pretty good.
There are two individuals that live there, Brett Loman and Oscar Wyatt. They have 2 dogs, a corgi and a German Shepherd. The corgi is named
Oh
Bradley.
no. We're
German
bullying
Shepherd
gays.
His
No.
name's Belinda.
No, we like them.
What have
And
we
there is
done?
a big. There's a bird feeder. They have a bird feeder in their
They
backyard.
like us. We like them.
We're ravens. We don't care.
Just getting breakfast.
As you clear the fence
Yep,
into
all
their
of us are
backyard,
ravens.
you are. As you clear the fence into their backyard, you see that Felinda and Bradley are both lounging on the patio. They seem pretty docile right now. They've just had their breakfast.
And you said there are
the-
dogs?
There are 2 of them. Yeah, they're both on the patio.
Hmm.
What kind of breeds are we working with here?
Bradley is an old corgi. He's got some like gray around his muzzle. And Felinda is probably a middle-aged German Shepherd. She looks pretty big, pretty solid.
Richard, I think you have a chance at defeating the old one.
Yes. How could I do this? I could drown him in the koi pond if I can figure out how to get him over there. Maybe I can mimic the voice of their masters and lure them away.
I think
That's
it's
right.
worth a try.
Amazing.
You have to tame them like your human forefathers.
I'd rather see them dead. So what is the name of the older dog?
Bradley.
Bradley. And this is a female couple?
No, the couple in the house are Brett and Oscar.
Gotcha, Brett and Oscar. Okay. So
I'm
I'm
gonna destroy their children.
all right, I'm going to go swim over or fly over to like the other side of the koi pond.
Yeah,
And
there's some like rocks and like ferns you can hide in.
okay, I'm going to try to hide behind one of the rocks, and I'm going to tell Spork, because I think Spork's the biggest one, that when you see the dog get close, like either spook him or poke him in the butt or something to get him to fall into the koi pond. But-
I will poke their ass. Affirmative.
But when Richard lands, he's like, what's the dog's name again?
Bradley.
Bradley. Bradley, come over here. I have a treat for you. Like he just completely changes his voice.
Go ahead and roll me youth, and I'll say you have advantage because you're using your power.
Yes. Okay. Cool. So youth. So I have a 4 in youth. I want to roll under a 4, right?
You want to roll 4 or less.
I rolled double 6s.
You rolled. Oh no. Okay.
What a start.
Yep.
Bradley is an
Is he-
old dog. He's old and he is hard of hearing, and he's not hearing you, or he kind of like he hears something and it kind of sounds like his name, but he kind of squints his old eyes open and his ears kind of make a little twitch. But he's sat down and he's pretty happy, leaned up against Felinda. So make sure you mark down that you have made 1 fail.
One fail.
So I think that since the dog twitched, that is enough for Spork to recognize that was the signal. Spork
Great.
is going to take one of his nicest stabbing sticks from within his feathers there and fucking dive bomb Bradley.
Holy
Great.
shit.
Roll me feelings, and I'll say you also have maturity because you're using one of your. Or I'm sorry, you also have advantage because you're using one of your tools. So
So
feelings.
I just roll 2 dice
2d6.
6. Okay. I have a 5 and a 6.
Oh man. So you go to dive bomb Bradley. But Felinda is right there next to him, and she's big. She is
Oh,
a big protective dog, and because he's so old, she's become more protective as she's grown. And as you swoop in, she snaps up at you with her jaws, and you don't get bitten. But she ruffles your feathers as you kind of steer out of it and kind of bank back towards the others.
Oh, they've got old women! Run!
I'm gonna fly after. I'm gonna fly after Sporks, just to get the fuck out of there.
All right.
Wait, we're safe at the bird feeder.
Yeah, well, I think we
You're all
should
gonna go-
reconvene at the
Yeah,
bird
can I
feeder.
just-
Bird feeder go.
Yeah, can I just jump on the bird feeder?
Yes, yeah. So you're all kind of convened around the bird feeder. It's not a big one, and there's like it's one of those ones that have a bunch of little pegs that stick out. Y'all aren't small birds, so it's kind of like swinging wildly as each of you lands on a different peg.
I'm just gonna perch on top and look at everybody and go, how are we supposed to feed now?
Look down, dumbass.
The fucking bird feed.
Since there's no room on the bird feeder, I am small, so I am just going to roost on Junior's back so that I don't take up space on the feeder.
Great.
And I will
Uh,
allow this.
Yeah, you nuzzle in next to Junior, and you put your little bird head next to hers.
Look, we
Felinda is-
can't let two dogs just show us up like that. We gotta get them back somehow.
We can drop the bird feeder on their head.
Ooh,
But
he's
But
onto something
the,
right there.
but the seed.
That's a good idea. Well, if we
We
drop
haven't
it,
even
then the
had
seeds
breakfast
go
yet.
everywhere.
And then we can take them
But then-
all. And the dogs will be dealt with.
Spoons, you got
more
something to
food.
say?
Can't we just get breakfast and then go?
But think about if we had all the breakfast.
How about we open the door into the house and then we can eat the kitchen?
How would we open the door to the house?
We
I'm,
wait. Go ahead.
I'm gonna peck at the door until I don't know their names. They'll come, and then we'll lure them outside.
And then when
That's
the
all
door
I
is
got.
when the door is open, we all fly in at once.
Exactly. What one of us will have to die,
Hold on.
but the rest will eat.
Like, question.
Yes.
I might have an idea.
Is there a window open?
Go ahead and roll me youth for that to see if you can see any windows open.
There's a window open. We could just go in. Let's see. No.
What is happening now?
Dude, we're rolling bad.
What is this shit?
What'd you get?
6.
Jesus, y'all. You look around and it's like it's early spring, and later in the day it's gonna be nice enough for a window to be open, but not right now. It's pretty chilly this time of the morning, and the windows are shut.
Spark, go peck at the door. And when they come out, we just all bombard and go in.
Spoons has an
Okay.
idea.
I might have an idea. Can I use my loud? Can I just start like loudly just wailing and crying and hoping that will get the attention of the two inside so that they'll open the door?
Absolutely, you can roll feelings at advantage.
What is this ability you're using?
I'll tell you in just a second.
Oh,
Do I make it? Do I win?
I think we did.
Well, you
yeah,
rolled a
you got a
4,
We
yeah.
got a 4.
Roll a
We got a
4.
4.
Amazing. So what kind of terrible broken bird noise do you make?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go down to like I guess I think they have like a deck area, and I'm just gonna kind of like dramatically just like lay down on my back, and I'm just gonna start crying, just really loud, just like sobbing, wailing, just just tears. I'm just
Perfection.
upset, throwing a tantrum on the floor.
Everyone get ready. She's doing her dance. Get ready.
You all watch as Spoons lays herself out on the patio next to the glass table and lets loose this horrifying. Have you ever heard like what it sounds like when a cat gets a bird and they just scream? It's like that, but like 40 decibels louder. And pretty quickly out of the house come running Bradley and Oscar. They're still both in like pajama pants. And they leave the door and they're like, what's happening? And they think it's one of the dogs. So they check the dogs first and the dogs are fine. And then they see Spoons on the ground.
Can I give Spoon like a chance to get away inside the kitchen by taking one of those pegs out of the bird feeder and then jamming it in so the feed comes out all in a spray, so they have to come fix it.
Sure. Roll youth? We'll say youth.
What?
Do I get the advantage for
Yes,
using
you
the
get
peg
advantage
tool?
of tools. Yes, take advantage.
Okay, double 4s.
Ooh.
Double 4 is perfect. You jam that like rod in. And the
You'll
forge-
never
yes.
take my rod alive.
The bird seed starts to pour out, and Oscar, who's kind of like knelt over Spoons, sees it and goes, Brett, go take care of that. The birds are going to be everywhere. We need them in one place. Just go fix that. And you all
Diving
start
right
to
into the house.
fly your way into the house.
Mm.
Remember me, Spoons. Remember me.
What are you doing?
I'm just like kind of like pretending that I'm like hurt and injured, so maybe they'll bring me inside, so I don't have to figure my way in.
Yeah. Who did I say was taking care of you? Oscar. Oscar kind of like pulls his like shirt off and starts to like try and like cradle you up in his arms. Like he like really gently folds your wings in and like wraps you in this tank top. And are you still screaming or have you calmed some?
No, I'm screaming because now I'm covered in and I'm in darkness now, and I'm afraid.
Your
I'm like,
head's
"Ah,
up. He hears that.
Oh.
Baby.
You're a
I'm
baby.
so sorry. And he goes, Brett, I think there's something really wrong with this bird. And Brett's like, don't touch it. Birds carry disease. What the fuck are you doing, man? He's like, no, she's really
Sobbing.
hurt. And he kind of picks you up. And I don't know if I'm supposed to roll. No, they don't notice. They don't notice that the rest of you have flown into the house.
Mm.
So there are the 4 ravens in the house as Brett continues to try and fix the bird feeder that Spork destroyed, and Oscar begins to carry Spoons inside.
Richard has studied humans and he knows all the best stuff is in a big porcelain refrigerated unit. So he's going to try to open that refrigerator to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. This seems like theft. Roll youth.
Okay. Under a 4. Gah!
Oh.
Are you
Is that
serious?
2 fails?
It's 2 fails
two
for me.
fails.
It's another fail.
Okay. So,
Dang.
Serge, before we continue any further, I would like you to choose an emotional condition to inform your roleplay. You can either be angry, jealous, depressed, infatuated, have existential dread, or a certain joie de vivre.
I think that as much as he knows about humans, he just can't seem to mimic them well enough to convince a dog or to open it because he doesn't have opposable thumbs. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of existential dread creeping in. Like, what is his purpose if he's not a raven
Absolutely.
and he's not a human, you know?
Yeah, so that feeling, you see this the holy center of this home, this porcelain cold box. You're like, that's where the good shit is. and you fly, and your little claws grasp at the handle and then just slide off. And you try again, and slide off, and the suction's just too much. And you are. What is your purpose in life?
I just like sit in front of the fridge and just like, who am I?
What's everyone else doing here?
Are there any wooden spoons?
Um, Yes.
Can I, with
Question.
my beak, grab? Go ahead, Amanda.
Are you still on top of me? Did we fly in together?
No, I
Okay.
don't think you could have carried me in. So
Just
I
Probably not quite.
no.
So you're getting a spoon. What are you getting a spoon
Yes.
for?
Yeah.
Can I pick it up in my beak and
Mhm.
using my skill, my natural dexterity with tools and my beak, can I go up to the seal of the refrigerator, take the wooden spoon, jam it into the seal, and then hold up my wing at the platform I've created with the spoon to tell somebody to run into it as hard as they can?
Absolutely. Roll youth with advantage.
That means I roll twice, right?
Yes, take the lower. Also, sorry, Surge, I need you to move 1 from youth over to feelings. So you should
Okay.
have 3 in youth and
Yeah.
5 in feelings.
Got it.
I rolled 1.
Yes.
Perfect. Amazing. So you jab the spoon in and you kind of look over at Spork, I'm assuming, given that he's the biggest.
Yes.
I
So
think I'm
you-
still outside, right?
Oh,
Like,
did you not come inside?
I think the door got shut behind me because I was doing the bird feeder thing, right?
But you passed.
If you want to be outside, you can definitely be outside. Okay, you are outside. You look around for Spork, and he is not there. Your options are Junior or the very existentially dreaded Richard.
I want to give Richard a chance to redeem himself.
Great. So Richard, you look over, and Crow is kind of like gesturing to you to come and run into this spoon.
I interpret it as he wants me to commit seppuku on the spoon, so I just run at it to end my life. So can I roll
All right.
feelings?
Yes.
Okay,
he's trying to
nice.
break something, so roll feelings. You can also take advantage because he's giving you help, and this is a tool
Okay, that's
that he's giving
good.
you.
I think I'll be fine though because I rolled a 2, so the 2.
Great. So you smash into the spoon, thinking you are doing the honorable thing by committing seppuku, and you run into it, and it's not strong enough to hurt you. It actually pushes the door of the center of the home open, and it kind of comes open, and cold air kind of rushes out.
Huzzah!
What are you looking for in this fridge?
Anything.
What they got?
Every.
Probably like
Oh, we could-
cold cuts or something.
Any and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like the 3 of you are huddled around the fridge as it's open. You hear Oscar in the other room kind of cooing at spoons. And you know that you've got a little bit of time, but it's not much.
Can we fly in there and start shoveling things out with our beaks?
Yeah, at this
Yes.
point we're just grabbing anything because like we've hit the mother load,
Yeah.
so now we're just gonna start running. I think flying.
Right. So you're pulling. You each get one thing in a claw, one thing in another claw, and one thing in your beak. And you're like, you know, the time is coming that Brett's not going to stay outside too long, and we're going to cut actually to you, Spork, outside with Brett. What have you been doing?
I think that he's been watching his friends through the screen door, watching them live their dreams. One hand on the draining bird feeder, just wistfully. Good for all of you. Now it's my turn. I want to check if the Wyatts have a chimney.
The Loman Wives do in fact have a chimney. Yes.
Just focus, Spork. You've trained for this your whole life. I'm gonna fly immediately after the chimney and try and enter through the vents. Hopefully, at least in my mind, appearing out through the living room.
Roll me youth.
You better hope that shit ain't lit.
Roll me youth.
What am I rolling?
Youth.
You-
Okay. A 1!
A 1! Incredible. So you see the chimney up top, and Brett is still like grumbling, like, "Oh, fucking bird! I hate this goddamn bird feeder." And Oscar wants it, so you have to keep it up. Make him happy. And then he's like mumbling to himself about wanting to keep his boyfriend
Shit.
happy. And
Man.
you shoot off into the sky, and like a fighter plane, you tuck your wings and dive your body down the chimney. And you kind of bounce around and like spiral through and get coughed out through the like curtain of rings that are in front of the chimney, and you topple onto their like blue and white rug in the center of the kitchen of the living room. As Oscar rounds the corner with spoons in his arms.
I think he freezes for a moment, making sure to leave like big ravens. Well, I guess one raven mark and one spork mark in the carpet. He unfurls his wings up at him and goes,
Spork!
So Spoons, in this interim, what have you been doing with Oscar? He's carried you inside, cradled against his chest. He's kind of like trying to check you over super gently for any injuries, which you don't have any, but you can keep yelling. You can calm down. It is your choice what you want to do.
I'm wrapped up in this burrito, but I'm at the sniffling point of it where I'm just sniffling.
Yeah, you're making these pitiful.
But I'm like calming down.
And he's like, "Oh, there."
But then as we like turn over, I see Spork on the carpet, and I just like wail at him.
Great.
Spork.
So
I'm stuck in this burrito.
You're stuck in this burrito, and he's kind of murmuring to you super low and gentle, like, "It's all right. I'm just gonna check this swing. It looks great." And he checks, "This swing looks great too. You're such a good bird." And he's kind of like,
"Don't worry,
petting your feet.
Spoons."
You stop touching.
And then you see Spork on the ground, and you scream. And it's about this time that the rest of you hear as Spork comes down the chimney. Spoon starts screaming again, and Brett comes tearing in from the outside, hearing all of this noise. What's happening? What's happening? He's in such a hurry, he leaves the door open.
Go.
Are you all staying? Are
the
you
others
leaving?
will die for a good cause.
Do I have the feeling that these humans could potentially like grab at one of my friends or something like that?
There's a chance that they could. You're not sure. Oscar's pretty. He's a little closer to the front door than the back door. It's like, here's the front door, the living room, and then the back door. So Oscar's kind of like right here at the entrance of the living room with Spoons. Spork is sort of closer to the back door than the front, and Brett is and the kitchen. So it's like living room and then kitchen's behind it. So Brett is kind of like standing halfway between the living room and the kitchen. And he sees the three of you in the fridge.
Richard is going to he's like thinking, what can I do? And he remembers that humans always freak out when there's like a certain alarm that goes off, and he's going to try to remember it, but he only remembers the Spanish version, and he just yells out, "Esto no es un taladro. Yo repito, esto no es un simulacro. Todas las personas deben lascar y bajar cuatro." So like he starts like saying an emergency fire alarm, but he's saying it in Spanish.
Roll fucking feelings and advantage. That's amazing.
I do have advantage. Let's see if this works.
Just incredible.
Oh, good. Both under 2.
Great. You start spouting this incredibly complicated human sentence in Spanish, and you're going. And both Brett and Oscar start like glancing around and trying to find whatever it is. He's like, "Is the fire alarm going off?" And Oscar's like, "No, it's fine, right? It must have been the bird that came down the chimney."
Why
is
it in Spanish?
I gotta go find it. Yeah.
I
they're
wanted
both,
to
like,
use that
killing
mostly
each
to
other.
give everyone else an advantage to try to escape.
Yes, and you do a great job, and everyone starts as Oscar and Brett start like frantically looking around the house. Oscar's hands kind of loosen on you, Spoons, and you think if you wriggled enough, you could get out of this burrito.
I'm wiggling.
Yeah, you wiggle your way out, and you're flapping towards that door as Brett and Oscar kind of go to find whatever the hell's happening in their house. Felinda comes flying through the door. Everyone roll me feelings at advantage because of Richard's help to get out the door and get out.
Are we flying out of the door, or are we over encumbered and skittering along the floor?
Well, I mean,
I would say you know your own weight, you know your own ability, what you can carry and what you can't. I'd say you can fly.
I try to carry as much as everybody else, so I can't take off.
Okay, then you won't have advantage. You'll just have regular. You'll just roll straight then.
Great.
This one.
Uh-oh.
So, Leg, am I right in
Oh, no.
assuming that Felendra, or whatever her name is, I gave her a D&D name right there. The dog. Am I
Felinda.
right in assuming? Yeah, that's the one. Is she coming for me right now in the living room?
Yeah, she sees you on the ground, and you are the closest, easiest target. She is. What are you doing in my house? And she's coming for you.
So, I rolled a 1.
Great.
If I could give you an interpretation, I think that
Please.
Spork reaches into his feathers, his little opposable backpack, and he pulls out like weeks old, like Hershey's Kiss.
No.
Oh no.
And he fits it into his beak, and
Oh,
from around the kiss, he looks at the dog and he goes, I always knew it would end like this. You and me, you old bitch. And I'm going to fly right at him.
You fly right at her, and as she opens her mouth to chomp you, you just drop in the
B-52
kiss.
bomb and fly away.
Perfect
like
aim,
Luke in Star
right
Wars.
down her throat. Yes. And she starts and she's hacking. Oscar hears this. He fully drops Spoons. Felinda, what's wrong? And he starts like petting her snout and like scritching her ears. I'd say with that kind of distraction, the rest of you don't even need to roll. You make it out of the house. You continue down the street. You know, for your knowledge, the house directly to the south of you, the bare bones of the house are there, but it hasn't been really fitted with like wiring or walls or anything. It's just like the barest minimum of the structure.
Yeah, we'll fly
And that's
there to
pretty
finish our
unusual.
breakfast.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait for me.
Yeah, you guys slow up a little bit for poor Crow to catch up with you. He's small and sickly, and you're always worried about him.
God, you got the strength of a crow.
Yeah, ha, ha, ha. Ironic, isn't it? Ha, 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 ha.
So you glide your way into the structure and you look at your spoils, share them amongst your friends. Does anyone have anything specific that they want to do?
Well, is this the second phase of the game where we discuss our emotions
so this
or
is
something?
exactly. So I think you've had your breakfast, and we'll call that some what is this called? Mischief and destruction. I think you've caused suitable amount of mischief and destruction. And so now we go on to the second phase of this chunk of it, and it is called experiencing emotion. So after adolescent ravens have caused havoc, they must sort through all of their powerful emotions of youth. So we'll just go one by one and see how everyone's going to handle what happened, and then you'll get a chance to rant, rave, or romance. Aaron, we'll start with you again since you're at the top.
Great. What are my options again?
So you can either bathe, eat trash, watch something burn, or ant, which means roll around in an anthill.
Oh,
Or if you have some other way you'd like to experience your emotions, let me know and we'll do that.
I am very tired after that run. I want to ant.
Great. You go out into the scrub yard. It hasn't even been like landscaped or anything. It's just like whatever natural grass was growing there before. It's a little bit yellowed and a little bit dirty, and you find a pretty good sized anthill, and
Oh,
you fling yourself onto it and kind of
so
flop
nice.
around.
So relaxing.
How are you feeling after that big indoor escapade?
I am feeling tired and stressed,
Mhm.
but the millions and millions of ants coursing over my body are carrying it all away.
They're like little masseuses, just kind of like
So
all over your
soothing.
body. So you've done a few things while you were in this house. And now you have three options. You've anted, you're starting to feel a little bit better, and now you want to either rant, rave, or romance. When you rant, your emotions overwhelm you and you need to share them or they will destroy you. So pick another raven and talk about them. You can rave, which is you did something rad and the others have to know, and tell the group about what you did and why it makes you cool. Or you can romance and you can choose another raven to attempt to romance by doing a cool stunt, offering a gift, or reciting a poem. What would you like to do?
I would like to rant. Junior!
Junior, you hear Crow outside as he's flopping around on the anthill, living his best life.
Growl!
And I'm gonna go ahead. I will flap over,
Mhm.
flap over, whatever.
Great.
Be honest with me. Do you think
What?
my beak is too small?
Do you want me to lie to you?
Yes.
No, it's not too small.
Thank you.
I'm gonna like use my feather to tap his little head.
Junior,
What?
it's not asymmetrical, is it?
Do you want me to lie to you?
Yes.
It is asymmetrical.
Ah, good. I was worried about that. Thank you, Junior. I feel much better now.
Yes. So Crow begins to calm the nervous beating of his little bird heart, and you and who is it? Both of you? You and Junior both gain a point in maturity.
What?
Mm-hmm. You've helped each other out. You've seen
Shit.
You've
I'll
seen
let
the
you
ways
rot.
that you exist.
Junior has learned the important adult lesson of lying to others.
Exactly. The little
Oh,
white lies to
no.
help friends. And
This is the
fucked up.
sound of growing up.
you've helped your friend feel better, and you feel a little better for it yourself. If either of you had to switch any of your points, you can switch them back to be 4 and 4. And any emotional conditions you had were taken away. Spoons, would you like to go next?
Yeah.
How are you going to experience your emotions? You had a big traumatic incident.
I'm gonna look through the can I look through the spoils as the
Yes,
eating
absolutely.
trash?
As you pick through,
Yeah.
you see like a half-eaten bag of cold cuts. There's a small leftover baggie of what looks like radishes, but they're like a couple days old, so they're browning and shriveled a little bit. There's a pickle that's just in a what you would call it, those those little cartons that sometimes they put pickles in at restaurants. There's a pickle. A handful of spaghetti, or a claw full of spaghetti, I suppose. Yeah, you find
forkful.
Is there any food that you're looking for in particular?
I'm gonna eat the spaghetti because it's the closest thing to worms.
Yeah, it's pretty squishy. It's cold, but it doesn't wriggle like real worms do. And
Fucking fake worms.
It almost shoves you into that gummy worm kind of mindset, but then you remember that it's not pretending to be worms, and it isn't. It's not pretending to be anything that it isn't. So it's a pretty good meal.
I'm like quiet, like that post cry, like where you're just like
Yeah.
just eating by yourself.
So after you finish eating your trash and your leftovers, would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
I'm gonna rant.
Who are you gonna rant
I'm gonna rant at Spork.
Spork.
So I'm just gonna come and bring like holding the noodles, walk over to Spork, just sit next to him, like eat the last bit of it, and just look at him and do that like I'm about to start crying again, and doing that pre-cry that.
Spork is just nodding. He's been here before.
You put me in a whole burrito. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it because I'm small? Am I just easy to grab because I'm just tiny? You just put the whole thing around me, and it just. And then you just came through the
Feel
chimney,
better.
and I didn't know what's gonna happen.
You should feel better. It's okay. You did good. You should feel better.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you hurt, Sport?
Oh. I'll reach into my feathers too and pull free a very tiny little pebble I grabbed from the inside of the chimney on my way out.
oh.
Here, Spoons, I got you this. I don't know what it is.
I'm just gonna take it in both of my hands, and I'm just gonna go. Thank you.
You should
I like
feel
tuck
better.
it somewhere in my feathers. I'm just like crying, looking at him, but I'm like crying.
All right, you both sit down to help each other. It doesn't go exactly as either of you were intending. But do you feel like you've learned a lesson from this?
This is pretty normal for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give him a maturity
this is
point.
routine.
Give it to them.
This has been kind of a turning point for your relationship. He's huge, you're tiny. He gave you a pebble. You're feeling a little better. You both take a point of maturity as well.
Yes.
Oh man. Getting
This is my
mature.
emotional support pebble.
All right, Spork. It is your turn now. How would you like to experience your emotions?
I think that Spork has hid out in this empty house before.
Mhm.
He stashes a box of matches inside of an old sardine tin can
Sure.
in the corner of the room. He goes over, he opens up the sardines, he takes the match, and then he just starts gathering some fucking filth he's been piling up for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
In another portion of the house, he's like bringing sticks and foliage from the empty house and throwing it all in a pile. And then he's gonna try his best to spark the match and start a fire. Because he would like to watch something burn,
Great.
just idly observing fire.
Just for the hell of it, go ahead and roll me a youth at advantage.
Okay.
The Utes.
Damn Utes.
3.
Them Utes.
3. You set this small pile of detritus alight, and you look into its depths and try to find some meaning in the nonsense that you've caused today. It starts to the crackling of the noise and the smell of the smoke, or the crackling of the fire and the smell of the smoke kind of starts to cool all of your stirring emotions. God damn it. I have to
feed the
medicate
cat.
the cat.
Medicate your cat.
Okay,
Feed that
can you
cat.
medicate the
Yeah.
cat? Thank you, my love. Sorry about that. So you're watching this small pile of things burn. You're starting to feel a little bit better. Would you like to rant, rave, or romance? You've had your conversation with Spoons. If you want to consider giving her the pebble of romance, that can totally be a thing. If you'd like to do something else, that's also an option.
I think I would like to rant to Junior.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like Junior would join me by the fire.
Sure.
Exactly what I would do.
You just get an earful.
You see Junior kind of get pulled in by the fire.
Oh,
'cause
totally.
She wants to fuck up that fucking mailman. God damn it! And that fire, knowing that you have matches, that sparks something in her.
I think that Spork gets entirely too close to the flame so much that it's like licking around his beak and it's filling his face with like orange light.
Mhm.
And he peers into it for a long time without saying anything to Junior. And then finally goes, "You know, when I was in the thick of it, I didn't think I'd come back. I thought it was it for me, Junior. I thought it was over. I could smell it. The blood on their hands, the cheese in that fridge. I thought I'd never see your face again. But here we are, another day, living. And for what?"
Junior's gonna look over, kind of pause, look at the still looking at the fire, and be like,
You're here, of course, to help me with my purpose. You're not done yet. I need to take this mailman out. That's why.
I'm gonna just look back into the fire.
There has to be an end. And I think you're right. The end is with Jerry. Jerry!
Jerry!
No,
Allegra's
You
like,
echo
"Wait,
his
I depend."
cry. of
you
Jerry.
gotta understand, the wingspan is gonna go against the fire flames, and I'm gonna be like, Jerry! I'm so angry at this guy.
You both start screeching around this fire, and it looks like some kind of horrifying bird ritual.
Satanic. I'm just angry.
Neither of these things seem like growth to me.
No.
So I'm just saying no one gets maturity here. But you also can clear all of your everyone can clear all their fails as soon as you've experienced your emotions and everything like that. And you can also get rid of any emotional conditions that you have right now. Richard, it is your turn. How would you like to experience your emotions?
Richard is gonna take a piece of bologna and like wrap it up like a cigar and just kind of stick it in his mouth and then just fly out to see where Crow is. You know, where he's in the lawn with the ants, and he's just kind of eating his wrapped up bologna like he's been in World War II or something.
Yeah, it's rough. It's been a rough time.
A little
It's been a rough
shell
morning
shocked.
for you.
Yeah.
And are you going to rant, rave, or romance?
I think I'm gonna rant to Crow, and I'm just gonna like as he's like enjoying himself, I'm just like pacing back and forth, by him, chewing my bologna,
cigar in your mouth.
just being like, Crow, you know what it's like to be in the wrong body. You know what it's like to want to be somebody else.
All the time.
You do?
Of course I do.
Well, you don't know what it's like to want to be human. It's the
No.
worst feeling of all.
No. Well, maybe we can help each other. Maybe I can get you into a human body, and then I can have your body.
Oh, shit. What?
Is that something you can do?
I don't know. We can find something, I'm sure.
Oh, you're just talking shit, Crow. God. I just start cawing like in anger, and frustration.
Yes, absolutely. It's not what you want to hear.
No.
It seems like he's making fun of you, kind of. How the fuck dare he? He's just rolling around in an anthill, and you have this bologna cigar, and he's making fun of you. And no one gains any maturity here either. But you do, you do get to remove your emotional. You do get to remove your emotional condition.
All right.
And reset your stats to as they were.
Got it.
So it's probably been about an hour. You've kind of calmed down from the chaos that you caused before. Yes.
Do I go?
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. You were a part of so many people's that I was like, oh, we've done Amanda. Please, Amanda, I'm so sorry. Junior, you have been a part of some kind of crazy shit. How would you like to experience your emotions?
I'm not happy. I want
No.
to stare into the fire, like
Mhm.
to that where it's like that pure white, almost blue, and I'm just
Right.
like kind of pacing, just staring into the fire in pure rage.
Yeah, you're starting to add more things to the fire because it
Yes,
had started
I want
to go
more.
down, but you add a little bit more, and it's starting to make a solid mark on the floor of this
Good.
unbuilt house. How would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
I'm going to rant.
Rant. Who would you
To-
like to rant to?
You know what? Is Richard still next to me?
Richard was outside with Crow, but you can tell he got frustrated. Richard, where would you have gone?
Probably back into the house somewhere.
Yeah.
I like
Is it?
staring at fires too.
You see him kind of sidle up with a bologna cigar, like half eaten in his mouth.
I'm just gonna be like, my feather in the back of my head is sticking up because of the fucking goddamn dogs. Because just brings me back to that fucking Jerry. Fucking Jerry. If that's why my feathers got fucked up in the first place. He had to swipe at me with that damn Entertainment Weekly, and I fucking and I'm like this. Richard.
What?
Today's the day.
For what?
Him and his fucking truck, they burn.
I like burning things.
If we take him, you can have his core. I just want that fucking truck and I want him gone. I'm just gonna rant about how I want the mailman to die.
Well, I want the dogs to die, but we don't always get what we want, so...
You can lead the damn dogs into the fucking truck if you want to.
If only they'd listen to me. They don't... I don't sound human to them. I'm really quite worthless, JR.
Oh my god. Stop whining like a bitch! Fucking let's go! You whining. All you do is just wham. There's no action. You want it, you fucking take it!
You're right, JR! If I want it, I'm gonna take it!
Take the fucking dogs, and like I'm gonna take the fucking mailman, and we're gonna snuff them out!
I'm gonna fuck those dogs!
Whoa! Where did that come from?
I want to say you both gained maturity from
Yeah,
No, we
yeah.
do not.
or
No, I
some
think so.
kind of-
No, I'm just ranting.
Yeah, I think you do. I think you gained some maturity.
I know more. I should have shut up. I shouldn't have done shit. I can't handle
some kind of some strengthening of your future desires. I'm gonna say you both get maturity from this.
So we gain 1 point of maturity?
You gain 1 point of maturity. I think Amanda's at 2 now.
And what is it? If they go
Junior's
to 3,
gonna
they
die.
become mature? What's
If,
the...
if you hit 5, so
Ah.
maturity has to become your highest stat to end the game.
Gotcha.
I will fucking dive bomb into the fire itself before I fucking mature. Just so you know.
and as Junior says this to you, you hear the house next door open. An old lady Praman, Maeve Praman, kind of stretches out onto her back porch like she does every morning at 10:17, and she stretches her arms. Hello, day. What a beautiful time to be alive. And she's kind of looking around, but she's got like a joint sticking out of her mouth.
Nice.
I'm gonna nip at Spork. Like
Nice.
haha.
You nip at Spork, and Spork, you notice as well that old lady Mavis Praman is out on her backyard, and just from inside the house, you hear her parrot Boris go, "Rah, a beautiful day." Rah."
Shut the fuck up.
I hate parrots.
You know,
There she is.
Technically, I could teach that parrot a couple of words I'm sure she wouldn't want it to know.
Do
Anything we could do to that old bat, I'm game for. She took my leg, damn it.
That was the one?
That was the one. Her and her funny smoke.
Oh, we definitely have to ruin her day then.
What?
Spoons, are you in?
When Spork says that, I'm gonna like, I'm just gonna go. I'm going for the joy.
So you all kind of peek your heads out of the house, and old lady Maeve is out on her back porch. She's got like this like mountain of massive gray curly hair and like slippers on and everything. And she is she's got the joint just kind of dangling from her lips. And Boris, the green and blue parrot, is perched on her shoulder as she sits at this wicker table on her back porch. And Spoons, you just take off for that joint. Roll me youth.
Just straight.
Yeah, just straight.
Oh,
One. Amazing. You fly, and with a precision you've never felt before, just
Barrel roll.
just pluck the joint from between her lips and circle back and are kind of flapping just out of her range. And she goes, "What the fuck is this fucking raven doing? I should never have put these bird bats out for you, you terrible trash birds."
I'm like crying,
Yeah.
but I'm running.
Tears streaming down your beak. You have the lit joint still caught between your lips, and you head
Nice.
back towards your friends, and she starts chasing you. Boris is on her shoulder going, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
Can I'm gonna try to fly towards her, and this is so I can just try to be as immature as possible. As I fly past her, try to poop and try to hit her in the face. Right in the
Roll for feelings.
What did I do?
Roll feelings.
There we go. There we go.
I don't know, Amanda. What did you do?
No. I'm gonna not do anything the rest of the game. Things are not.
What did
working.
you roll?
6.
A 6. So you fly by and you think, "I'm gonna
Yes.
do something cool as shit," and you start to like arc up into the air, and you're trying to do like some kind of like backflip nonsense, and you poop at the apex of it and flip down and end up pooping on your own head.
Yes.
Stealth poop.
So
Wait, is that not what you meant to do?
and Boris from Old Lady Maeve Promen's shoulder goes, "Dumbass!"
Oh no.
Can I fly at that parrot and try to knock it off of its stupid old lady's shoulder?
Do you want to knock it down? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck this parrot.
Seems like breaking things. Roll feelings.
Ah!
What'd you get?
4.
4. You're not big, but you are dense and you are pissed because that parrot always mocks you guys. Anytime you're like flapping around in those bird baths in the backyard, that parrot's just sitting at the window squinting at you. Or if it's on the back porch perch, it'll shout abuse at you.
That fucking
And
parrot.
you're ready. You've been prepared for this for a long time.
This
You drop your wing.
this has been a long time coming.
You throw your whole little bird body into that bird, and you tackle him to the ground. Boris is screaming obscenities and terror. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm joining in and fucking this bird up. I'm back bobbing down.
Richard would like to spook the old lady. What's her name?
Maeve Promen.
Maeve. He wants to spook her by landing on the opposite shoulder that Boris was on, and then in Boris's exact voice, be like, "You're old and gonna die soon, bro."
Sage, roll me feelings at advantage. Amanda, roll me youth at advantage. Cause
We're like
Sorry,
gremlins
yes,
more than we are. Oh,
you
nice.
really are.
We got it. I got a 2.
Great. And Amanda, what'd you get?
I got a 3 and a 1.
Okay, so as you stomp your little claws down on Boris, who is still screaming, You kind of peck your little feet into his colorful feathers, and some start flying off his body. Richard,
Stomach is now, motherfucker!
Richard, you land on Maeve's other shoulder as she's looking towards where Junior and Crow are going down. No, I can't say that.
Nope.
Are going after.
Rephrase. You already said it.
Are going after Boris.
Going down.
Shit. And you, what do you say to her again?
I say, "You're old and you're gonna die soon, brah."
She stares at Boris and goes, "Boris, how dare you!" And then
Go
she
for
whips
the
her head around
carotid.
and sees you, and it feels the same. The weight feels the same, and she screams bloody murder and kind of like throws her arms up in the air. And you kind of get caught in her hair, but she starts running around the backyard trying to get you off her shoulder. You, Spork, what are you doing while Spoons has this joint? Junior and Crow are just destroying this parrot, and and good
Kicking his
old
ass.
our good old boy
Richard.
is
Look,
abusing an old woman.
Spork has never been one for intelligence or understanding or sanity, even. He's still convinced that Maeve has his leg inside of
Absolutely
the
she does.
house.
Yeah.
He's gonna break into the house and try and find his leg.
Amazing. Go ahead and roll me roll me feelings. Are you using any tools or
I don't have anything in mind, so I'll
Okay,
just go with
so
trying to get the window jimmied here.
right, go ahead and roll me feelings.
Okay. No.
Did you fail?
Yeah, I did. I got a 6.
Okay. So you fly your way towards the house, and you're banking around different sides of the house trying to find a window, a door, a chimney, anything to get you into the house to get your goddamn leg back. She's got it locked down. It's like a facility. There's no getting in there right now.
Can I, on a whim, try and check for a crawl space?
Sure. Yeah. Roll me. I'm gonna say roll me feelings again.
Okay. Oh, dice gods.
You got it?
Yeah, 1.
Nice. Oh, so you're banking around, you're trying to find anything to get in, and then you spot a small hole in the grating that leads to the crawl space under the house. And you once again, like a kamikaze, you tuck your wings and you flip your way under the house. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get, I guess, through a basement and up into the house if I can.
Yeah, so you dip down into the basement and it's unfinished, but the door at the top of the stairs is cracked.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm crawling out and I'm going back to the scene of the crime. It's a place I've remembered in my mind as a raven for so long. It's in that damn kitchen. I'm going to go into that kitchen and start pulling out every drawer I can until I feel like I can find a leg. I think the first place I'll check is the silverware drawer.
Absolutely. Roll me feelings.
Woo, a 1.
A 1. You pull open that silverware drawer and you're sifting through like wine bottle toppers and steak knives and you see one steak knife that looks very familiar.
I have remembered this in legend. I remember how it used to feel. Immediately, I rip off the spork and I toss it aside. I take that small, broken-handled steak knife and I plug my leg in and reclaim my lineage.
You do. You find a way to reattach it. There are some twist ties in there. You know how to use fucking twist ties. You're a pro. You're an old champ at twist ties. You twist tie that steak knife onto your leg. Just roll me feelings for the hell of it. You can take advantage because you're using a tool.
I think he's crying too.
Absolutely, he is.
A 1.
A 1. You've got that bitch secured on your leg, and you're ready for battle. You dip. Are you wanting to stay in the house, or do you want to go back outside?
No, I'm ready. Jerry is next. I'm flying out this bitch.
You dive bomb your way back down the basement stairs, past the laundry machine, out the crawl space, and Spoons, what have you been doing? You have Old Lady Promen's joint clasped in your beak.
I've been running.
been
I've been
fleeing.
fleeing in some direction. I feel like I'm heading towards the
The end of the
cul-de-sac.
cul-de-sac. So you have a couple options at the cul-de-sac. There is the Ladam house, which has a vegetable garden in the backyard, and the Ladams they've been pretty cool with you guys in the past. There's the cul-de-sac itself, which is pretty empty except for an old basketball hoop, and then there is the lot, which is scrublands and trash and dirt piles. Where would you like to go?
I'm gonna land on the basketball hoop in the middle
All
of the
right, you land on
cul-de-sac.
that basketball hoop.
I'm just holding to Jay, just kind of going back and forth, just heavy breathing, trying to figure out where everybody is.
You're breathing hard, and every time you do, some kind of like smoky something settles in your lungs, and you expel it, but it kind of feels nice, and you, as you're kind of weeping and gasping for breath, and the joint's still burning. There's still a little bit of smoke curling off of it. Is there anything else you'd like to do on that old basketball hoop?
No, I'm just waiting. I might eventually start trying to call for somebody to come over to me.
Yeah, you're just kind of living in the moment and the sheer ecstasy of stealing this joint from this old woman. Richard, you are still on Old Lady Promen's shoulder. What else would you like to be doing?
What do I want to do at this point?
She is a human, and she does have a bird.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
So she might be interested in you, and she might have knowledge for you, or if you want to just scare the shit out of her.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about how I actually would want to be friends with her. So I might just say to her, "Can I be your new bird friend? Can I be your new parrot?"
Yeah, go ahead and roll feelings. Roll feelings at advantage because of mimicry.
I'm just having a casual conversation with her. God, I don't want this to work actually. Fuck. All right, 2.
2. She looks at you and you sound like Boris. But Boris got taken down by those little punk bitches. They're tiny. They shouldn't have taken down her parrot. Her parrot's made of tougher stuff than that. And you sound like him, and you're tough. And she kind of reaches up and strokes the back of your head and down your tail, and it's nice. She's pretty cool. She's actually pretty nice. Oh, what's your name?
My name is Richard.
Richard. Can I call you Dick?
No, you can't call me Dick, and I'll poke her in the eye.
You poke her in the eye, and she screams. She kind of clasps her eye. She has like cheaters down on a chain around her neck, but they're not protecting her eyes right now. And you poke straight into the retina, and she's like,
oh shit,
kind of wavering around. And you've learned that sometimes humans use lenses to protect their eyes, but not all the time. And if you can get in when they're not expecting it, ooh baby, they are down for the count.
I'm not sure how this one shot doesn't end with like a pest patrol coming and killing all of us. We're literally just
remember, you guys, I have friends.
You do have friends. So you're still sitting on this old lady's shoulder, and she tried to call you Dick, and you're not a fan of her calling you Dick, but you're not. You feel like you've learned something from her. That you've learned something about how to be more human.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do around her, or are you happy with what you've learned?
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to be human friends with her.
Right.
So I'm gonna kind of move on from here.
You peck at her eye, and as she's kind of wavering around, clasping her eye, You see that she's not the human for you. She's a human, but she's not the human.
Yeah.
And you take off. The two of you, the two problem children, as always, Junior and Crow, you have been just decimating this dumbass parrot.
Now, before we're not gonna kill him, and this is why, because as soon as like, no, this is why.
You don't want the cops called.
Junior's gonna get their face super close and be like, "I'm not gonna kill you, but I want you to fucking remember this. Do you understand that? Fuck you! I had your life in my hands. If I want it, I'll fucking do it again." Bitch!
Boris is horrified. Okay.
It's when we bathe, you fucking pervert. Headbutt him.
And he's like weeping bird tears, shedding feathers everywhere.
Junior, you go ahead. I'm gonna hang back for just 1 second.
Crow, how are you feeling about this utter violence that's being perpetrated by Junior?
I think she needs to bam it up a notch.
Oh no.
So you're taking a step back from this fight. I understand. Yes.
What I'm gonna do, as I did my bitch, I'm gonna kick him with my foot, and I'm gonna fly to the basketball hoop.
And the second. Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, please go.
I just said the second she takes off, I'm just going to peck the parrot in the throat and sever his air pipe.
Jesus Christ!
you need to roll something for that.
I feel like
This is youth.
I feel like feelings. I feel like
that's
feelings.
murderous. You do realize you're like a raven, not a cat.
Listen,
No.
I'm
Oh,
overcompensating and I get a 2.
oh,
You got it too.
toxic.
Oh man. So you watch as Junior threatens this parrot and kicks it in the ribs, and it squawks in pain, and it's looking haggard and injured. And you flap and you watch as Junior flaps her way away back towards Spoons, who's looking a little bit woozy on top of that basketball hoop. And this is too good. That's too good an ending for this parrot. This parrot's an asshole. You kind of loom over it. You like the feeling of power that it gives you. And you bring down your beak in a final peck. And the parrot spills on the ground. Boris moves no longer. And old lady Promin screams her distraught feelings to the sky as she clutches one eye and runs towards Boris to scoop him into her arms. Are you leaving, or are you trying to fuck up Maeve Promin as well?
I, in bird, will say you're next, Boris, and fly away.
That's the last thing Boris hears is "you're next, Boris," and you fly away just as Spork like comets his way out of the crawl space of the house and sees the carnage laid before him. As Maeve Promin weeps over the lifeless body of her parrot Boris, and you have the steak knife where a Spork once was. Spork, what would you like to do?
I would like to rename myself. I am now
Yes.
Steak.
Steak?
Nice.
Gotcha.
I've made a full transformation.
Absolutely.
Steak would like to rejoin the group. I mean, I think we gotta find another place to lay low. This is another successful.
Absolutely
outing.
was. Absolutely
I think
was.
we're gonna go, or at least we should go hang out on the excavator. I'm feeling dangerous.
Yeah, you watch the sad scene before you, and as you fly towards the basketball hoop, you say this in passing. The rest of you see that Spork, now Steak, has a new limb. And as you follow him to the excavator, we're gonna take a break there. A quick bathroom, drink, whatever you need break. We'll be back in about, 5 to 7 minutes. Everyone cool with that?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back in just a few.
All right.
I need to come to terms with myself.
You do. right, we are back, I believe.
Yes, we are.
All right.
The murderous birds.
So you've murdered Boris. You've half blinded Maeve Pramen. You've stolen her joint. And you are now hanging out on the excavator. It's been a big morning for y'all. You have done two big heists, essentially. It's been rough. And there's a lot of feelings going on inside of you. So I think we're gonna start back at the top with Crow. Crow, what are you feeling? You've just murdered another bird. How would you like to experience your emotions?
I think I am feeling very powerful and unpredictable right now.
Yes.
So I would like to go to the fire that was started earlier if it is still burning, and I would like to stare into the flames contemplatively.
Absolutely. You join your party at the excavator. But it doesn't feel right, and you're a little antsy, and it doesn't have to do with the leftover ants that are crawling down your spine.
So nice.
And you take off again in silence, and you coast your way over to the empty house between the Promens and the Loman Wyatts. And it's still burning. It's burning low, but the embers are bright, and like they feel
So
like eyes watching
mesmerizing.
back at you. Yes, exactly.
So nice.
Would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
I would like to rant.
You would like to rant.
No, rave. I'm sorry. I meant
You want
rave.
to rave? Amazing.
want
Who
to
would
rave.
you like to rave to?
Well, I'm at the fire is the problem.
You are. And the embers are glowing bright, and you feel a similar ember start to burn in your chest. Pride. Pride has taken a seat in your soul. And you did some cool shit back there. And they need to know just how cool it was.
So I will fly back to the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm. You will. And who'd you like to rave to?
Everyone.
Everyone. Amazing. So the four of you are perched on the excavator. You watched as Crow kind of took off and disappeared for a few minutes. And then he comes back, and he's got a look in his eyes. And what would you like to say, Crow?
Today, I have taken down the mighty Boris, proving that I am greater than my size. When we have all done great and wonderful and mighty and terrible and awesome things today, and we should all appreciate that and love ourselves for who we are.
All right, so to the four of you, you have two options here. You can either validate or reject Crow. So to validate Crow, you will all break into a chorus of cause. But if you would like to reject him, you may stay silent.
Oh shit.
Amanda, was that an intentional noise, or are you just
That was called a sneeze.
Okay.
great? Thank you.
So is there like a countdown, or do we
Yes,
just
I will.
cough?
I'll do a countdown. And if it's a tie, we'll figure it out. If it's a tie, all right. On the, I'll say 3, 2, 1, and then where a go would be is where you will either validate or reject.
Oh shit.
So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Was that 3 cause? That seems like that was 3 cause.
It
Was
was
that-
Caleb, me, and I
I
think
know it
Eli.
was you and Eli. Did you cause well? Okay.
Yeah, I cawed.
So
I
the only
cawed.
one who's rejected you is Junior,
Hmm.
but you have the strength and the fortitude of your friends Steak, Spoons, and Richard behind you. So for the next round of things that happen to us, I would like you to pick a new power, Crow, and you may use
Oh.
it once during this next event, whatever it may be.
I would like to be a portent.
Fantastic. So you have taken portent. Any emotions that you experienced have been fully experienced. Any conditions you had have been wiped away, and you are back to neutral at 4 for youth and for feelings.
I will
Spoons.
nevertheless hang my head because I thought Junior liked me.
Oh,
Oh,
you feel
buddy.
you feel a little upset and a little rejected, but you have the fortitude of your other friends, and that is enough to sate you for now.
Because you didn't mention me in the ass kicking. It was all about you. So fuck you.
Spoons, how would you like to experience your emotions? Your emotions, to be fair, are a little funny right now. You're feeling a little swimmy and a little bit. Everything's a little fuzzy around the edges.
I'm
Yeah, you're
squinting.
squinting and you're swaying a little bit. You're a little like soft. This joint that's been burning slowly and getting into your system is kind of like everything sounds a little wacky, and the air tastes funny. So, how would you like to experience your emotions?
I think she just did.
Yeah, can I just experience my
I will
emotions
say,
that
if you want to
way?
smoke this joint, that can be experiencing your emotions.
I'll absolutely smoke
Amazing.
this joint. Because I've just been holding
You've
it for
been
like
holding it,
the
and it's been burning
longest time.
down, and it's getting close to the end, and you can feel the heat on your beak, but it's kind of comforting and like
The heat on your beak.
it's chill. Like you don't feel like you need to cry, but if you did cry, it would feel really nice too. You're just like you haven't felt this at peace and this settled and like the world is beautiful and warm but not too warm. You haven't felt this good in a while. Would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
Romance.
Yeah, I do want
Who
to
do you want to romance?
because I want to give
Mhm.
I want to give somebody a gift. I want to give the rest of the joint to Richard because I know he's been walking around with his
Yeah.
bologna cigar, and I feel like, and I saw what's her name like put it in
Mhm.
her mouth, so I assume that's what he's eventually trying to do as a goal. So I'm just gonna like really like tiny like hold it up
Mhm.
to him with like my squinty eyes, and I'm just gonna like just put it in his hands.
His wings are outstretched, and Richard, you see that Spoons comes over and kind of offers you the end of this weird smoking paper, and it smells kind of nice but kind of weird.
I've seen a lot of humans do this before, so wanting to be cool like the other humans, I will attempt to take it from them. So yeah, I'm
You
down.
do. Yeah, you take this thing, and it's burning pretty low, but it's still got a little bit of juice in it. And it
That's some good shit.
yeah, you cough a little bit, but you start to feel a little swimmy too.
Get used to it.
And it's, you know what? Spoons is pretty cute. Spoons is pretty sweet, and it's really nice of them to share this smoking thing with you.
You're pretty cool for a Raven, Spoons.
Thanks.
If you were a human, I'd totally marry you or whatever they do.
You will both, or I'm sorry.
Do we have any food?
So Richard, you will gain a point of maturity.
I gain one, but what about her?
I will leave
God
it up
damn
to
it.
you. I'll leave it up to you,
How it
Spoons. If you feel like this is a turning point for you, or a point where you've learned a lesson, or where you're growing, I will let you take a point of maturity. And if you don't,
No, dog,
you're
I'm
high
high
as shit. Richard's pretty chill. Richard's been having a rough time, and you've shared this joint with him. It's pretty nice. It's a good time.
I don't know. That's someone looks like they went up to age 4 with the lovey-dovey shit.
Steak.
Oh.
You got your fucking
Steak.
leg. You got a fucking leg back. It's not even a spork anymore. It's a goddamn knife.
Back.
How would you like to experience your goddamn emotions?
I think he's walking around like fucking cock of the walk. He's so proud of himself. He's hopping on the excavator.
Guess who's back?
He's looking for owls.
Yeah.
And then he remembers from 3 weeks ago when he broke that sewage drainage pipe.
Mm-hmm.
And he flies immediately to the puddle of raw sewage near the excavator. And he would like to bathe. He's going to take off his leg. He's going to set it to the side. He's going to take out the spork he left with, his spork that had been his leg for so long. And he's going to set that in the raw sewage with him. And him and Spork are just going to sit there and simmer and allow themselves to be happy.
You lay yourself, you first lay your spork down next to you, this constant companion for most of your life, and you flop yourself down, wings akimbo, and you just experience life in this rancid puddle. It's pretty great.
Taking in the shit. It's amazing.
You have become the shit. What would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
Romance.
Who you romancing?
My spork?
What? Is that how this works?
That took a hard left
Oh my
turn.
God! Wow.
Fucking, you romance that plastic spork, baby. Show me what you got.
Hold on, I gotta. Hold on. Go ahead.
You know, it's a special feeling when you've been with someone for as long as you and I have been. I know for a while there it was all just work for us, like it was a job, but you know, maybe it's time that changed. Maybe it's time you and I grew up and started facing this for what this is. I know what I feel, and I know you feel it too. Now look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. I know what we've been through, but I can't quit you.
Oh. You look down at Spork. Spork, who's been at your side, under your feet, the stable ground beneath your wings when you land. Spork's not responding. Spork has nothing to say to you. You have stood on Spork's back for years with nothing. And now that you have steak, ooh, you're so special now, Spork. You've been there for me all along, Spork. It was just work for a while, Spork.
It's not like that, Spork, and you know it.
Spork.
I came here with love in my heart.
Spork flops over as the puddle moves with the wind, and Spork flops down into the puddle and is turned away from you.
I built us a home.
There's an air bubble blips out from under Spork, and it feels like defeat.
If you don't want this life, then I'll find another. Come on, Steak, let's get out of here. I'll fly off.
You take off into the skies with your steak knife. You gain a point of maturity as the heartbreak washes over you. And you continue on smelling as raw sewage and preparing for whatever lies ahead of you. Sergio, Richard harmed a human. Richard loves humans, and Richard harmed a human. She tried to call you Dick. How are you feeling about this? How would you like to experience these emotions?
Well, after getting real high with spoons, he realizes that he's not the problem. It's that he has to find the right human, and she just wasn't the right one. So I think he's gonna he's probably going to, seeing what Crow did and how much it made them happy, I think he'll probably go anting, go rub some ants on himself. But then I think he's going to go rave to the others, kind of this new discovery that he has, that it's not me, it's them. I got to find the right one. I got to find the right human. I got to keep looking, and maybe they'll accept me if I look more like them. That's what it is I got to dress like them. And I start kind of ranting and raving about how I need to get a new outfit.
Yeah, absolutely. You realize that you were never the problem. It was never you. You are exactly how you're supposed to be. Feathers, beak, and all. Fuck having flesh or like nostrils. No. You are where you're supposed to be. And it's a good life. These humans are the problem. I'm gonna go ahead.
So I would have
Yes.
just like ranted and I would have raved in front of everyone.
Yeah. The four of you watch as Richard takes a lap and then flutters back down to you on the bucket of the excavator and begins his rave about humans and how he go ahead and tell them what you're feeling.
All this time I was thinking that I had to be a certain way or to act a certain way or talk a certain way. And now I realize I just have to find the right person and maybe I just have to find the right outfit. That's it.
Yeah. So I would like everyone to either on the count of three, I'd like you to either validate or reject Richard. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Ah!
All right, so we got 2.
Get your
Wait.
wardrobe.
We're
Two
tied.
spoons. Was that a legit call?
That was a legit call. Go get your
All right,
vest.
so you've got 2 for validate, 2 for reject.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to say, given how you feel so strongly about this and how you're creating this new place of feeling like you belong in yourself, I'm going to say you can roll feelings with advantage because you already know how to mimic humans. So I'm going to say
Okay.
go ahead and roll feelings at advantage.
All right, let me do that. Roll d6. Roll d6. Ooh, double 2s.
Double 2s. You don't have the full support of Steak and Crow, but they've been on their own journeys and it's been rough for them. But hearing the support of both Junior and Spoons kind of bolsters you, and you feel good. You feel strong. You feel like you're on the right path. So I'm gonna say go ahead and take another power that you can use in the next
Ooh.
goal.
Let's see. Sticks and rocks. I think I'll take tools.
Tools.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you realize that you have the ability to be as a human, but better because you're a bird. And you can use tools as humans do, but better because you're a fucking bird. You have feathers and wings. You can soar in the sky like they never could. And you have so at some point, if you want to use a tool in the next grouping of things that we do, that will be an option for you.
Awesome.
Junior, you're having a lot of feelings. You were part of an assault on a parrot, and then you didn't get any credit for it from fucking Crow. So what the hell? How would you like to experience your emotions?
I am what is it? So I'm trying to say it was besides burn, bathe, and what else?
You can bathe, eat trash, go anting, which is roll around in an anthill, or watch something burn.
I am going to I'm gonna watch something burn for a minute, and off the adrenaline, I felt good kicking Boris's ass. But then I'm thinking about how I was undermined by a supposed friend, or I thought. That's where I'm just getting I'm getting rufflier and rufflier, which is pissing me off more because my feathers aren't fucking going down. So that's just making me more angry. And then I'm just gonna who can I like push over? No, yes.
Yeah, do you want to rant, rave, or romance?
And I want to straight up rant to Spoons.
You want to rant to Spoons.
Yes.
Oh, no.
All right, so you have to get away from the group. You flap over to the fire that you've all seen started, and it's the embers as they burn down to nothing feel like they're pissing you off even more than what it was, and you have to get away. And you go back to Spoons, who is squinty and shifting and kind of swaying back and forth. And what would you like to say? How would you like to rant to Spoons?
You know, it's one thing to say that you were a part of a fucking bloodbath. It's another thing to take the fucking credit, and it's a piece of shit move, and he's a dick for fucking taking all the credit. And he could kiss my fucking Raven ass. Do you get that?
I mean, yeah, man. I get it. I mean, sometimes people think that they can like push me around and like bully me, but like I took I took that thing for the lady, and like I started all of it, but like nobody said
What are
anything.
you babbling about?
You know? I mean, like Richard was. What do you mean? Huh? The fire stick. Like I
think because I'm
did
not
it
probably
first.
putting two together. That's because I'm not that smart. I think they're kind of like dicking around on me and be like, "Fuck you two," and then I'm gonna like kick some dirt.
No one understands you. You're so goddamn frustrated. All of your feelings are bubbling up in you and no one gets them. You're so cool. You're such a badass, and you were just kicked to the side? No. Spoons doesn't get it. Spoons is high as shit. You kick some dirt up behind.
My high is gone
Kick
now.
some dirt up behind you and take off into the air as Spoons begins to cry with her
My
high.
high is gone, and I start to cry.
You can everyone
You didn't have to yell.
you can reset your emotions to where they were. You don't have any more emotional conditions, all of that.
Oh,
Can you give me a quick rundown of what your maturity is at?
1.
One?
I am at 1 maturity.
got two.
Okay.
I'm at 2.
Two.
I'm at 2.
We need to drag those other people down with us.
So what? 2, 2, and 2. Okay. Amazing. So you're all. It's been a weird morning. Junior, you've been keeping an eye on the sky. It's not time for Jerry yet. The mailman is still. He's still doing other shit, whatever the hell mailmen do. And you're a little frustrated. But as you take out your frustration in the sky and the dirt, you look to the what's that direction? To the east. West? East. We're gonna say east. You look to the east. The west. The west. You look to the east. And there are 5 shapes soaring their way towards you, and as you watch, they get bigger and bigger. It's the goddamn owl gang. Those motherfuckers. And as you watch, Nicola, Smug, Gregnart, Lupe, and Lorbert.
What was it one more time? Greg, what was it?
Nicola,
Nicola?
Smug, Gregnart, Lupe, and Lorbert.
Okay.
I don't know, man. A light on the ground next to you. And Smug, the smallest of the owls, leans over to Lorbert and goes, "Oh, look, Lori. The ravens are back."
Why is she
Oh,
doing it?
look, Gray.
I shriek.
My bitches are back. What the fuck you doing here?
I'm mad.
Yeah, you're mad. They don't seem to react to this. And Nicola, who you all know is the oldest, kind of waddles her way forward and says, "This is our turf. Why are you on it?"
This
Because
is our turf. Suck my feathers. This is my turf.
I'm gonna have to go with what she said on this one.
Yeah, beat it.
Be careful, I'm strapped.
Wait, are we in the sky or we in the ground?
You're on the ground. So you guys
Okay,
are all
now I'm
sitting
back
on
on
the
the- okay,
excavator, and the owls have come up on the ground. They're like smaller owls. They're burrowing owls, but they're still about They're about crow-sized, maybe a little bit bigger, but they're tenacious and they have owl pellets. And let's see.
I'm hiding behind.
Yeah, you hide
Steak.
behind Steak as Lupe steps forward and goes, "Hey, this is our excavator. You
Why
have
don't-
no right."
Why don't you step closer to the excavator and tell that to us?
I fucking will. And he hops a few steps closer.
Why don't all of you step closer to the excavator and talk to us like that?
And they do. Like, this is, as far as they're concerned, this is their turf. It's been their turf for about a month and a half now, since the old Unkindness gang got old enough to nest down with each other. You guys lost this territory to them about a month and a half ago.
How close to the excavator are they?
Let's see. Smug's the smallest, and he's probably about 20 feet from it. Nicola and Gregnart are a little bit closer, at about 10 to 15 feet. And then Lupe and Lorbert, who are raring for a fight, have hopped right up close enough to peck at it with their beaks.
I will turn the excavator on if I can.
Okay, all right. Let me see here. So you
That's
flutter
gonna be
down into the like control panel of the excavator. And I would like you to roll for youth. Yeah, roll for youth.
Okay. 5.
All right. You're looking around this excavator. You're ready. You want to turn this thing on. You don't know what it does, but you know it's loud and it's big and it's strong. And you peck through some of the buttons. Nothing's fucking working. It's not turning on.
I had a plan.
So
Like,
can I see that Crow's gotten up into this?
You can't. Yeah, you see Crow fly down into this.
With that knowledge, can I use my talent with tools to get on the parking brake and release it? So even if it's not on, it's rolling towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. Roll me feelings at advantage, because you're
Okay.
using a tool.
while this is happening, this is
Mhm.
like a location question. How
A
close?
2.
Sorry. How close to the woods and forest are we?
The forest and the woods. It's probably so. This lot's probably. I say this like I know what an acre is. I don't. I'm gonna say this lot's an acre.
So, meaning,
And so the forest is maybe like a football, like 100 yards away from you. Sure, let's say that.
if I had some friends in the woods, would they hear me? That's what I'm asking.
Who's
Maybe.
to say? Maybe
Okay.
so. But you Steak, you found the parking brake. You know that they pull this thing up to stop it and keep it still. And it's a little bit up an incline as well. And you kind of get your weird little raven claws around it, and with a little bit of jimmying, it releases. Yes.
Can I actually, like, halfway through, I don't think Steak can really get a good grasp on it with this big fucking knife leg.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks to Crow, who's down in the nest, and he's Crow, I'm too big. My raven body can't pull it down properly. I need small, opposable crow-like features.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a raven as I dive down to him.
Yeah. Together, you use your knowledge of tools and the strength of Steak and the nimble, small quality of Crow, and together you release this brake, and slowly you feel the excavator start to slide backwards down the small incline.
I sense death on the horizon.
Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. Yep.
Ha 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 ha.
So as the excavator starts to roll backwards towards the hold on, there was one more. Towards the owls, everyone manages to get out of the way except Nicola.
Cool.
Nicola,
Good.
who was the closest.
Oldest.
The
Nicola
leader,
was the
right?
closest, and she
Okay.
was kind of the leader. Yeah, exactly.
Take out the leader. Good.
And the treads of the the treads of the excavator are too fast. And as she's telling the others to scatter, she looks up just in time to see the excavator roll over her small owl
Jesus
body.
Christ.
Your
She is
comeuppance has
crushed.
come at last.
We have awoke the metal gods. Hear him roar. He is ours.
Smug, Gregnart, and Lupe take to the air as Lorbert kind of hops around angry on the ground, and they are hooting to each other in despair as their leader is crushed under the excavator.
I think Richard just laughs like a human. It's a weird human laugh.
You go ahead and roll me feelings at advantage.
Okay. Let's see. Who was that? That wasn't me. Was that somebody else?
That was you.
That was me?
Yeah,
Well-
I
I rolled a 2.
you roll a 2. So you let out this weird human laugh. And as you do, Gregnart, who is in the air, hears this laugh. He goes, "Oh God, he's back! No, please, God, no!" And he just takes off toward the forest at the fastest clip you've ever seen an owl fly. That scared the shit out of him. And you
Nice.
don't know why. Smug, Lupe, and Lorbert are left. Smug and Lupe are in the air. Lorbert is still hopping angrily on the ground.
Can we turn this thing around?
Do you want to try and turn the excavator?
If I may try to turn this thing around?
Roll. It's mostly rolling under gravity's pull. But Lorbert seems like there's a potential that he might be in the way. Go ahead and roll me feelings.
Ha. 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 2.
2. So you hold on. What did they roll? Okay. You roll up to the, I guess, steering wheel. I don't know how they move excavators. We're gonna say it's a steering wheel, and you kind of nod toward Stake. Stake, are you gonna help him?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Always.
You roll. You both together with the combined weight of Crow and Stake. You manage to turn the wheel, and with the last vestiges of the momentum in the excavator, Lorbert, who's looking up at Smug and Lupe, trying to tell them what to do as he is the next in line as leader, is just bowled over as, again, the treads of the excavator just roll him into the dust.
We will destroy you all. Ka. Ka.
At this point, the excavator has stopped moving. It's at the bottom of its hill. Spoons, what would you like to be doing?
Am I near any of the owls?
So it's just Lupe and Smug left, and they are kind of like hovering in the air. They're the youngest, they're the smallest. They're really not sure what to do. This is very new to them. They've just kind of joined the little owl gang, and they're kind of hovering low to the ground.
Seeing that everybody else has decided to take action, and Spoons wants to try. Spoons is gonna take to the skies and go and punch one of them in the face, or like
Sure,
peck them in the
sure.
face.
Roll me youth. Or no, I'm sorry. Roll me feelings. That's feelings.
Welcome to the
3.
violence.
3.
Who are you going after? You can go after Smug or Lupe.
I'm gonna go after
Lupe.
Lupe.
Lupe is just a bit bigger than Smug, but you think you can take her. And you roll up and you slash past her with your claws, and you catch her over the owl's shoulder. And she kind of, who dares to attack me? And she kind of takes off after you. And she's gaining quick. Roll me youth.
Scared.
Another 3.
Another 3.
As she shrieks up towards you, she kind of overshoots it and gets up into the sky a little higher and misses. You feel the wind as her wings whip past yours. And she's a little bit above you and kind of pinwheeling in the air, having not made contact with you like you expected. What would you like to do?
That was enough try for one time. I'm gonna go find somebody.
The nearest person.
The
That's
nearest
probably
to hide.
who's close to you. It'd probably be either Junior or Richard. Who are you going towards?
Junior yelled at me.
You're
so
flying
I guess
towards Richard. I need you to make one more youth roll as Lupe turns in the air and sees you streaking back, and she and tries to spit a pellet on you, an owl pellet.
What? Watch me fail this.
What'd you get? A 6. Oh no!
It's a 6.
So you hear this horrible, awful noise from the owl as her throat kind of convulses, and out of it rains a spattering, like a heavy, just like burden of like hair and bone and sharp, and it hits you in the wing, and you kind of like pinwheel down to the ground next to the excavator. You've been downed by the owl for a moment.
Oh, no.
Steak and Richard, what would you like to? Or I'm sorry, Richard and Junior, what would you like to do?
Well, Richard has feelings for Spoon, so he'll probably fly down to go check on her and make sure she's okay.
Yeah, roll me a feelings check, sure.
Okay. Let's see. 2.
You fly down and you see that there's a piece of, it looks like a mouse's rib or something that's kind of poking out of the like the wing joint on poor Spoons, and you grab it in your beak and you throw it out of the way.
Don't cry, Spoons. Don't cry.
The pellets.
Is there anything else you'd like to do, Richard? Smug and Lupe are still circling in the air, kind of cackling.
I think we've
quietly.
kind of bested them, so I think I'm more concerned about riling everybody back together again.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you'd like to say to rally the group back together? You make a call.
Before we rally.
Yes. What would you like to do, Junior?
Where they're meeting, I would just like, before I complete the journey, I will be like, you would fuck with us again, that's what happens! And I'll be like, just trying to puff it up, because I'm the one bird that did not commit one murder, one attack, so I'm a little pissed about how I missed the action. Motherfuckers.
Smug and Lupe are close enough still that you can go after them if you want to.
No, I'm gonna see if they'll go, because if the whole crew's assembling, it's like, like...
Are you trying to like posture?
You telling me to
are you trying to like scare them away?
Are you taunting me to fuck them up?
Fuck them up.
Okay. Crow.
You hear this as Crow starts to like hop his way out of the excavator cab to rally around Spoon, who was on the ground.
That pisses me off. Fuck, that pisses me the fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Little cocky ass motherfucker's killed 3 birds today, and he thinks he's tough shit when that little bitch couldn't even wipe his own ass, probably. So fuck him. I'm getting high, and he's saying go, so I'm gonna be like, fine, and I'm just gonna go ahead and tackle Meg.
There's Smug and Lupe left.
Whoever the first bastard is.
Lupe's pretty high still from having
So smug it is.
gone after Spoon, so smug it is. Roll me feelings.
Oh, roll my damn feelings. 4.
A 4. You circle up into the air, tearing with your claws, and as you do, Smug tries to swerve out of the way, but is not fast enough. And you catch Smug around the throat, and you flap midair as you have Smug by the throat. What do you want to do with Smug? You have them.
I have them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and pile drive that motherfucker into like that little pipe at the end of the excavator
Oh my
and see if I can
God.
spear his ass in there.
When the people come back to this excavator, it's gonna be like a slaughter.
Slaughter. So you've got Smug by the throat, and Smug is tiny. Smug's a little shit. You have Smug by the throat, and whatever wings Smug is trying to flap, you dive bomb down into the tailpipe of the excavator and shove Smug's head into the excavator until Smug moves no more.
Is that bastard above still looking at us?
Lupe is still kind of flapping and looking. Richard is with Spoons. Crow is coming to rally as well. You and Steak are what's left with Lupe. Lupe's looking a little nervous.
Show no mercy.
Steak and Junior, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna look at Junior and go, remember, there's still Jerry. There's still Jerry. Let this one live. Let him tell our story of the Metal God.
And I will look to Steak, huff but nod. Get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit!
Roll feelings with advantage.
Fucking tell everybody! And just, tell Jerry to fucking watch it! And just,
Roll feelings
Tell
with
everyone
advantage.
what you saw here today.
tell everyone what you saw here. Tell the tale. I got a 5.
5. You shout up at Lupe, and it doesn't scare her. She is pissed the fuck off. You have killed or maimed every single one of her friends, and she will not stand for this. Lupe is gonna.
I'm gonna flip my middle bird feather at her.
Your middle
to
bird feather. And she starts to dive bomb down towards you.
Oh,
She's getting ready to spit another pellet at you.
I'm gonna tell
Leg.
Steak, lift the leg, lift leg.
Steak, what are you
Yeah.
saying?
if I see them bombing, she's basically just made a terrible mistake right there.
Yes.
I'm gonna spear her through in the middle of a dive bomb.
Shit.
Yes.
And hopefully
This-
save Junior there.
No survivors.
You flap your way in front of Junior. You lift your leg. The steak knife twist tied to the end of it. Go ahead and roll me feelings.
Okay. Do I get advantage for using a tool?
You do. Hell yes, you do.
A 3.
A 3. As Lupe is readying yet another pellet in her mouth, she and just as you can see it cresting within her beak, and just as she does, you turn, and then the steak knife on the end of your stump pierces her abdomen, and she falls still. The pellet drips out of her mouth.
Like before
Yes.
they actually pass, before they cross over to the after beyond.
Yeah.
I would like to stick my little fucking beak right against their ear.
remember me. And then as they die, I want to look in their eyes.
It's the last thing that's the
Watch
last
the
thing
light
Lupe
go out.
hears. Yes, you do. You watch the owl lights go out of her owl eyes, and a
laugh.
lasting comes out of her chest, and there's a ripple. It feels like there's a ripple effect through the lot into the forest, and you know that the territory has changed hands once again.
Victory is ours at
Nice.
long last.
You, spoons through tears, cawing. Richard, you comforting Spoons. Crow and Junior screaming your victory to the heavens, and Steak with Lupe on the end of your steak knife. The dust settles. Silence falls over the empty lot. It's
And
a lot
now,
to
my
process.
brothers and sisters, we must display the corpses on pikes prominently so that no owl will ever step foot here again.
That's gonna require digging it out.
I think that Steak looks down at his knife and scrapes the body off of it, and he looks at it and he whispers, "Will I never know peace from this violence?"
You release the bird soul of Lupe.
Oh,
Gregnart in the distance whoos a mournful hoot, and you all prepare to share to display the carnage that is left behind and experience your emotions. Crow, we will start with you. How would you like to experience your fucking emotions?
What
That was a
are
lot.
what are my options aside from stare in the fire and ant again?
You may bathe. You may eat
Add some
trash.
more.
You may ant. You may watch something burn. Or if you have a new idea you would like to
May
try to
I-
experience your emotions,
May I
please tell me.
bathe? May I bathe in the blood of my enemies?
Knew it.
Gods, I was
knew you-
hoping that would be your answer.
I
God,
knew
yes. You absolutely may. There is carnage and blood everywhere. There is. I'm sorry. Hold on. Ugh. There is the blood of Nicola, Smug, Lupe, and Lorbert spattered across the ground, and it is congealing in the mud a little bit.
This
Go.
is truly a monumentous day.
You bathe in the blood of your enemies. It coats your feathers. It feels slick and hot and powerful. Would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
Romance.
What the fuck do you want to romance?
cool.
I'm going to
Cool
take
romance.
as much of the cup as much as blood of the blood that I can in my feather, and I am going to take it to Junior and try to present it to them as a form of hair gel as it begins to coagulate to try to tame the fluff at the top of their head.
Oh shit! Oh
Yep.
shit!
Yep.
Lupe,
I'm a little
Sorry.
turned on. Hell
Aren't we
yeah!
all?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
The blood of Lupe, Nicola,
Validation.
Smug, and Gregnart cups in your wings as you hop towards Junior. Junior, you see Crow coming towards you.
Mm-hmm.
I have the solution to all your problems, Junior.
What?
Stand still, please.
What do you do?
Okay, I'll be like.
And I will wipe the blood through their hair, combing it into a straight, perfect slick backwards so that it matches the rest of the group.
Yep.
That is some sexy shit,
Junior's in love.
Junior. That is some sexy shit. I'm gonna say both of you get some fucking maturity. Like that's
I
some
will
horny shit.
I will 100% accept that.
Absolutely. You feel the wings and feathers of of Crow as
Oh.
they gently caress the back of your head, slicking down all of the spots that were once rough and uncomfortable and wrong. And you've never felt more right at their hands.
Oh,
Their
I
hands.
At their wings, their claws.
no. Okay. As soon as that, I will go ahead and I am actually going to like nuzzle up close to Crow.
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, that's it.
You nuzzle up close under Crow, or
We're
I guess
together.
you're
We're
a little
together
bit
now.
bigger than Crow, and
She's
you
like
nuzzle
way
your head
bigger
down.
than me.
Yeah,
You're like I hate like tiniest man.
you take
tallest
him
man.
under your wing, you pull him in. It is an intimate moment between the two of
I
you.
am the little spoon.
Yes, you are.
Oh my god.
I will call him my little spoon from for the rest of the game because
you
we're
will.
practically married. I don't care.
Absolutely, you are. As this tender embrace occurs, Spoons, you are covered in owl vomit, bones, fur, disgusting shit. And though Richard has been helping you, it's been a rough
My
go.
tears.
How are you experiencing your emotions? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm crying first and foremost. I think I'd want it to bathe.
There, I
but
will
not in
say
the blood of my
there are some
enemies,
puddles
but, like, a
around. You can
puddle.
also hold on, please. There is.
I want like a little trickle of water so that people
So
can't see
I
the
will say
tears.
there you have a few options. You have a few
I
options
wash all
here.
the shit off me.
The Cruz family, who is just directly north of the lot you're in, they have a little fountain in their yard. The Shen family, who is a couple houses up, they have a hot tub that is always a little bit open. I don't expect that you want to go back to the Loman Wyatts or the Promens, but if you do, that's an option as well.
No. I'd like to go
cruise
to the
house.
cruise house and sit under the
Absolutely.
fountain and cry.
You flap your way over to the Cruz house. They have an outdoor cat named Stump and a dog named Remy who sits behind the door. Stump and Remy are pretty chill. Stump
and
is
Remy, oh my
Stump's
God.
pretty hot. They're not hot, fat. Jesus. Stump's pretty fat and doesn't feel like chasing a bird like you.
I think Allegra
that
just told
hot?
us something about themselves.
Apparently.
Yeah, damn leg.
Wait. How many beers are we in? 1.5? No.
More hot.
I'm working
That's
on it,
enough.
guys. It is.
That's what we'll blame it on.
Stump and Remy, they're pretty calm. They've been pretty friendly to you in the past, and as they see you both, they're curled together near the chicken coop. The chickens are shut up in it for now, and the Cruz family are either inside or in the shed. And you duck your way under the fountain and have a good long cry. You let the water wash over you.
Cry.
It rinses the pellet from your back, the bones, the fur, and it starts to feel a little bit better. You watch as the youngest of the Cruzes, Eleanor, comes out of the back of the house. She's in her little wheelchair and she comes down the ramp in the back. And she picks up Stump and she picks up Remy and she settles them on either side of her. And she kind of waves to you. She's given you some nice little trinkets. She's a sweet kid. And then she turns her wheelchair and wheels back up the ramp and into the house. Would you like to rant, rave, or romance?
I feel like I should rant.
Who would you like to whom would you like to rant?
to the only soul I rant to. My
Steak.
best friend,
Absolutely.
I got
You-
you. I was actually going to be at the fountain too, so this works.
Great. So as you're starting to ruffle your feathers off and
Oh.
get the water droplets off, you look to the sky, and circling down towards you is Steak, his knife glinting in the sun as it pierces through the deep clouds of the day.
I'm just gonna go up to him and I'm just gonna like thump my head up against his like chest and I'm just gonna rant into
Yeah.
his chest.
do.
So I just hears like the muffled sound of me just saying like, "They're all gone, and they used to bully me, but now you guys all took care of it, and I tried, but then I got vomited on, and I don't know if I was even helpful, but he's just screaming like a pillow into
That's
into
okay. You
steaks.
should feel better. You should feel better.
I'm gonna ask both of you to roll me a feelings roll.
Sure.
Feels
A 3.
A 3 and spoons, and a 4.
for
I'm gonna give you both the
4.
choice of whether or not you take maturity from this. Steak, you are there for your friend. You're comforting her. You're being a good support. Spoons, you're letting yourself feel your feelings. You're using another support. It's your choice.
I'm gonna take the
Okay.
maturity.
So am I.
Great. So you both take comfort in each other's presence there, and you start to kind of calm down. Steak, is there anything else you'd like to do? So you've come to bathe.
Yeah. To get my emotions out after the therapy session we've had here, I would like to romance Spoons.
Absolutely.
More of a gift than anything else, but he comes up to her and says, "I know that you got in some trouble with they hated you because the owls. I'm just gonna give it to you." Uh, he pulls out the worms that he brought from the abandoned lot and sets them out in front of Spoons because he knows that's why she had beef with the owls. You can have them now.
I like pick him up and I look at him and I just start crying and just like squeal and just like I've been
You-
looking for worms all day.
So sweet.
You should feel better.
You eat
And I
one.
eat one.
You
I
do.
just swallow one whole.
Both of you roll me another feelings roll.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh no.
A 1.
Yep. A 2. I'm gonna
2.
again give you guys the choice. If you think you've matured enough in your previous kind of talk, you don't have to take maturity. If you feel like this is furthering your relationship and furthering your feelings towards growing and maturing, go for it. Just let me know.
Leg, if
Yes.
I match my other scores with maturity,
Mhm.
is that my highest stat, or
Nope.
does it have to be above?
It's got to
the
be
other?
one above.
Okay, so I'll still take it then.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take it as well.
All right. You two share this another very tender, loving moment as you kind of process what's just happened and take comfort in one another. Richard, how would you like to experience all of these emotions? It's been, I mean, you saw some fucking bloodshed, dude. Hmm. Yeah.
Whoa! Love triangle.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
just friends, I swear.
You find some like old peanut M&Ms that are half eaten, and you kind of like peck them apart until they're small enough to eat and you won't choke, and you swallow them down, and then you fly your way over to JR and Crow, and you rant. What would you like to say?
I suggest a trial by combat.
Uh,
There, buddy. Would it make you feel better if we took care of the postman?
Yes.
um, go ahead and roll me a feelings check, Richard.
All right.
Probably peaked like crazy with that.
2.
2?
Yeah.
Did you say 2?
Mm-hmm.
I'm as I've given both Spoons and Steak the option, I'm gonna give you the option as well. Do you feel like you've grown from this and matured, or do you feel like it's still something that's kind of keeping you back in your immaturity?
I've had my heart broken, so I think I've matured a little bit.
All right. So you get your feelings out. You cry to your friends.
Never gonna
You
trust
see the
another
other-
female again.
You
Oh.
become an incel apparently.
Oh.
But I don't know. I almost don't want to give you maturity because you're an incel now. I don't know.
Fair enough. I don't say
I mean,
that. Fair enough.
He totally undid it. I mean, if you had it,
Yeah.
it's gone back
No, I
down.
totally undid it by saying that. So.
You become more mature, and then as you say that, you feel
Regress.
yourself kind of like
Yeah.
cringe and be like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, I realize it. It's in my
Back.
mouth.
You
Like, ugh.
Yeah, you do this weird like up and down kind of thing of like I've matured, and then you say that, and then you're like, no, that's not how a real bird acts. And I will actually give you that maturity
Nice.
for that realization.
You had it, lost it, got it back.
Wow.
That was
I love that.
a roller coaster.
It was. Can everyone give me a quick maturity check?
How do we do
Oh.
that?
No.
I am at
Just let me know what
3.
your maturity's at.
Oh, 3.
3,
2.
2,
I'm at a
4.
Oh.
4,
Mm-hmm.
and a 3. Eli, what was yours? A 3 as well.
I'm
Okay.
at 3.
Great. So Richard, I'm sorry, Junior, I forget you every time because because you get caught up in everyone else's things, and I'm like, Junior's done. Junior, you have been bathed in the blood, and there's this lovely intimacy between you and Crow, and you feel better about yourself than you have in a while. How would you like to experience these emotions? You have been a part of more bird murder.
Yes.
Birder, if you will.
Birder. Yes.
Murder.
Birder.
Birder.
Okay. Here's the thing now. I know I'm in big trouble, so get ready to get another maturity point, Aaron. Basically, the biggest insecurity was literally taken away, and I have now wholeheartedly just fell hard for Crow.
Oh, they're gonna burn down. They're about to burn
Amazing.
down.
Would you
So-
like to rant, rave, or romance?
We are so romancing, by the way. Because I haven't had a chance to eat yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab trash.
Mhm.
But hold on, because I know already, because we've been hanging out forever. I know Crow's favorite food, which is something I can get in the trash, Aaron. Just say something.
There's
Potato
I'll-
chip wrappers.
Yeah,
Good.
there's
I
several
grab
of those scattered around. They are
Grab
bright
it.
and shiny.
bright, shiny. I'm gonna bring over a big buffet for us to eat. Buffet. Buffet to eat, and I'm gonna say, "Oh no, no, I don't want to say it. No, do I?"
Say it.
Say
Junior,
it.
are you
Say it.
okay?
Junior's gonna like be stuttery, like, "You're a lot bigger than I thought," and cuddling up.
Junior, that is all I've wanted
That's right.
to hear from my entire life.
How could you?
You drag
was you.
over a
It was-
smorgasbord of snacks, flaming hot Cheetos, sour cream and onion chips.
I like how the first thing out of your mouth is flaming hot after that.
I know. You bring over just like a variety of snacks.
I will just add the maturity point already
Yes.
without it. Yes.
I'm gonna. Are you reciprocating these feelings?
I
Crow?
already bathed her in blood.
First of all,
So, yeah.
this little guy.
Both
if
of
you-
y'all
yes.
take some fucking maturity points. Both of you take some maturity points. It's incredible. You guys are a little separated right now. You're a little disparate. Richard, you're watching this odd courtship between Crow and Junior, and again, you are watching another relationship blossom between Spoon and Steak. And as you're kind of circling above both of them, you look down, and at the end of the street, up close to the like between the empty house and the Shen's house at the top of the street, it's that motherfucker Jerry in his goddamn mail truck. What would you like to do? It's all on you, Richard. You're the only one who sees it right now. Everyone's kind of entangled. I'm sorry. You're the only one who sees it right now. You're a little bit entangled. The others are entangled, lost in each other's eyes, snacks, romance. And you are the one who sees motherfucking Jerry.
Yeah, I see Jerry. He's this kind of stumpy looking
Trundling
human,
his way down.
and I realize I gotta bring the crew together. So I do that call that lets everyone know it's time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jerry.
That's the Jerry. And I'm
The
like,
Jerry
call.
It's Jerry.
I
fly
will
up.
say spoons and Steak, you are closer to Jerry than Junior and Crow are. So you kind of hop around in the yard of the cruises. As you look at the window, Eleanor is still in her chair kind of watching you guys, and she's kind of excited. She's left you guys little trinkets before. She's a good kid, and she's got a really shiny chair and a really shiny ramp that she uses. She's sweet.
We need to get her to help us.
She sees you two, and then the rest of you three kind of join in the yard, and she comes out the backyard again. She's left Stump and Remy inside the house.
Stimpy.
That's what I was going. That's where my brain went. Stump and Remy inside the house. And she wheels down the ramp, and she kind of sits, and she pulls the brake on her chair, and she just sits and watches you guys. She's about 8 years old. She's got this like crazy curly blondish brown hair. She's missing her 2 front teeth. She's fucking adorable.
Let's give.
You said she's left us trinkets before?
She has. They've been small things, little fake little plastic hats or little shiny, like she's left you like a nickel before. Small doll silverware. It hasn't been big stuff. She's a sweet kid. She and even her sister Alex sometimes leaves you stuff too. Alex is a little older.
Steak would owe her then, and he's gonna reach into his big old feathers and bring out like a spray bottle cap that's been digging into his spine all day, and he'll flip up, and it's like an old Coors Light or something, and he's gonna flip it into her chair lap.
Yeah, so you flip that bottle cap into her lap, and she picks it up excitedly and looks up at you, and she's, "Thanks. This is so cool. I love my crow friends so much. You're ravens. I'm so sorry. You're ravens. I didn't mean to misname you."
Yes, ravens.
And she kind of digs around in, like, she has little pockets on the sides of her chair, and she pulls out a little piece of candy corn. It looks like it's been left over from Halloween, and it's, April now. And she holds it out.
I bow deeply, and I take the candy corn.
"I like your new egg." And you fly off after she's given you the candy corn, and she's still watching you guys. I will say, in the back of the cruise's house, there's a fire pit, a chicken coop, and a shed. The shed has a glass front, and inside the shed there are lots of tools. And the bar cart, there's a bar cart in the shed, and there's also a bar cart on the patio where Eleanor is sitting.
Question: is there anything that looks like a gas tank or fuel in the shed that I could see, or would there be like Bacardi 151 on the bar?
Roll me.
We are going full doomed to repeat. We're gonna burn down Marlene again.
roll me youth.
Youth.
You won't have it much longer. Roll me youth.
No, I won't. I'm at 4.
I just gotta say that youth is the perfect role to find Bacardi.
Isn't
anywhere.
it though?
It is a 5.
A 5. You flat past Eleanor, who kind of waves up at you, and you're kind of distracted by how sweet she is, and she's like, she's been all your little buddies at one
I
point or
like
another.
her.
But she distracts you, and as you look around, you're thinking about her, and you're thinking about her big sister Alex, and you don't see any fuel, you don't see any Bacardi.
Okay.
Uh,
I will. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say, if I don't see anything, then I'm going to probably go on top of like the edge of the roof to get like the best points of view of
Yeah,
Jerry in that
absolutely.
truck.
You flap yourself up to the apex of the roof, and you look down the street, and he's getting out, and he's whistling some stupid tune, and he's got his goddamn hat on, and he's got a package for the Shen family. And he makes his way up their front walk, and he sets it down, and he rings the doorbell, and he starts walking back to his truck as you watch. Oh, what's everyone else doing?
While he's walking away from the car, from his truck, I want to use my tool ability,
Yes.
which I haven't used yet, and I'd like to
Yes.
find like a decent sized rock because I want to lodge it in underneath the brake so he can't brake next time he uses the car.
Awesome. Roll me. It seems like breaking things. Roll me feelings at advantage.
Okay. Let's see. Roll d6. That's 1. I think I'm good. Yeah, double 3s.
Double 3s, amazing. You find a perfect pebble. Eleanor has a few scattered around her chair, and you scoop one up, and she kind of waves her little fingers at you.
It's probably one of those ones that says like love on it or something.
Exactly. Yeah. She takes them from her mom. She thinks they're kind of stupid. You know, like her mom's always trying to do like crafts with her and Alex to like bond and shit. And even at her young age, Eleanor knows it's bullshit. And so she'll put them in her chair pocket, and then she'll dump them out the side. And there's a handful of them near the bottom of the chair, and you swoop and catch one, and it has like laughter on it. And you fly up, and you find where the brake meets the front pedal, and you lodge it up in there deep, and you think that brake's not going anywhere.
Nice.
I'm sorry, where did he lodge it up into?
The brake
Up in it.
up
Honey.
in there.
Up in it.
One of our ravens has a steak knife for a leg. Go with it.
Let me see. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm gonna fly pretty close to Jerry, or at least until I get a vantage point.
Mhm.
And my objective is to do like a bombing run with my knife and open up his mail bag so the mail falls out onto the side of the street.
Great. You see what Richard's trying to do. You know he may not have enough time, but if you can give him a couple extra seconds, you will. Roll me feelings at advantage.
A 5 and a 6, so I
5
fail.
and a 6. So you sweep
Wow.
by him, and you strike out with your leg, but Jerry sees you coming, and he kind of dances out of the way. And he goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you, you goddamn bird?" And though he stumbles, it doesn't really pause him super long. It's still long enough for Richard to get in there and plant the pebble and get out, but it's not the break you were hoping for. Spoons, what would you like to be doing?
Can I do?
There's a shed. There's still the bar cart. Although Junior might not have found anything, there's a chance you will. There's a fire pit in the Cruz's backyard. There's also the Gutierrez house between you and the Shens, where Jerry is currently.
Yeah, I'll go check out the Gutierrez
Yeah,
house.
absolutely.
If
So the
there's anything
Gutierrez,
useful.
the
Take out-
backyard of the
take out
Gutierrez
Jerry.
house is like a jungle essentially. It's got a ton of beautiful flowers and trees, and they have a few pets as well. Porridge and Fickle, who are the cats, are inside the house right now. But the dog Luna is a Labrador. She's like a big black lab, and she's kind of laying out front. And you know, Luna hates Jerry too. Jerry is never nice to her. He barks back at her, and it's offensive.
Is there a gate where I can?
There is a gate. It's got one of those little
open?
flip latches.
Yeah.
Are you alerting Luna to?
Let me.
Yeah, are
let me
you
flip
alerting
latch
Luna
that
to what's
shit.
going on?
Yeah. I'm gonna like make a loud noise towards.
Yeah. So you let
towards
out a
her.
cry of warning that the hated mailman is near, and Luna perks her ears up and she sits up from where she was lounging in the patches of sunlight, and she kind of comes loping over to you at the gate. I'm gonna give you advantage because she's there helping you. Roll youth at advantage.
Hold,
No, I-
hold for
for
Surge
being
Sergio's significant other.
domestic. Aw, domestic surge, very cute. holding
Snacks.
for domestic
Sorry,
snacky
I
surge.
was muted on OBS, so nobody else but you guys heard it. Sorry.
that was brilliant.
My girlfriend just gave me
Adorable.
a tasty banana fried snack.
Oh,
we were just like that.
nice.
Oh, that does look
Eh.
good.
Spoons, you and Luna are working together to open this door. A 3.
I got a 3.
Between your picking claws and her nose, you manage to flip the latch, and she pushes forward, and you watch as Luna kind of lopes her way out, and she starts barking at Jerry in rage.
Is there any way that I can get
Absolutely,
on Luna's
you can.
back?
She has instead of a collar, she kind of has a harness, and you kind of latch into the harness as she just full on sprints towards Jerry, screaming in like dog rage. Would you like to join her in the screaming? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Roll at advantage for feelings. The two of you are like a monstrosity as you tear down the street, screaming your rage at this terrible man, and he grabs his sack close to him, and he takes off sprinting and dives into the mail truck.
Excellent.
Crow, you haven't done anything yet as you've been watching everything unfold. You know that Junior is up top of the crew's house watching everything unfold. You see Richard kind of arcing away. What would you like to do?
I would like to use my newfound portent ability and land ominously before Jerry as I call out to him, "Hark! I am the herald of your destruction. Prepare to meet oblivion."
I honestly, I don't even want to make you roll for that. It's so good. I'm gonna say you land on the hood of the mail truck and extol this prophecy unto his face, and he's fucking horrified. He pulls off the emergency brake and starts just driving down the street as he goes, not knowing where he's going. You're kind of in his vision.
Yeah, may I please sit on the hood and just stare at him with my head cocked like this?
Yeah. You've got your talons dug into the hood and like one on the windshield wiper. Junior, you see all of your friends
I was
coming
waiting
together to
this
create this man's destruction. You're watching from the top of the Gutierrez house. What would you like to do?
Okay. So the male vans,
Mhm.
they don't technically have a window, correct? It's just an open.
Yeah, it's just an opening.
Okay. This is my time. This is my moment, and I see it. So, like a fucking target, I'm going to go aim for that fucking window.
Yeah.
And I am going to claw and scratch the shit out of him as he drives away.
Roll me that youth. Roll me that youth. I'm gonna say you have advantage because your crow friends are hassling and harrying this truck.
Oh.
Everyone gets advantage in this game, apparently. You didn't fail, did
Oh
you?
no.
Don't tell me you
She-
failed.
Please.
She sure
I
A
need,
did.
six
I
and
need
a
a
5.
moment.
Oh,
I need
no.
a moment. Okay.
You feel the strength of your friends and the powers that they are presenting flow through you.
Ultimate heartbreak.
I know. And you feel so powerful, you fly a little too fast. And as you careen towards the opening, Jerry puts his foot down in fear and he shoots forward, and you get kind of tumbled off the back in the slipstream. Yes.
I would love to fly up to one of the tires and slash them mid-drive,
Oh,
hopefully causing a skid so
You-
that JR gets another chance at it.
yes. So as you see that she's about to overshoot, you know what you have to do, and you fly in with your steak knife leg. Roll me feelings at advantage.
A 1.
A 1.
Okay.
The most perfect point you could possibly have. As you see she's about to be surpassed by the back of the truck, you slash the back, or the back tire, and it starts to skid in a circle, and it's the perfect rotation, Junior, for you to be scooped into the opening of the mail truck, and you suddenly find your wings flapping in the face of Jerry the fucking mailman.
I'm sorry, real quick,
Yes.
we drifted a fucking mail van.
You gotta drift on every game, baby. You are
We
you're
are
inside the
drifting
mail
till
van,
we
fucking
die.
Jerry. I'm gonna
It's like
say
poetry. It rhymes.
it is. He's spinning down towards the end of the cul-de-sac. You're inside with him. You feel the strength of your friends rallying around you. Spoons, you and Luna are sprinting after him, just screaming your vengeance and rage. How would you all like to murder this mailman?
We need the fire. We came to
There's a-
burn this
wait, wait.
fucking truck.
Yeah.
Going to the fire pit,
Mhm.
right? Could
Yeah,
it...
it's starting to skid, and it's going kind of diagonal across North River Road, and it bumps the curb, and
Is
it's
this
careening towards the empty house.
Is this a gas fire pit where you just turn a knob, or is it a wood fire pit where you just throw a match?
Which fire pit are you going towards? The Cruise's fire pit, or are you going towards the empty house where the embers still burn?
Go
Empty
to the
house.
burning embers.
Empty house. We're gonna
You look out
burn.
towards Crow, and he says go towards the burning embers, and you get your little talon on the wheel and you jerk it just enough to smash through the front of the empty, vacant, non-built house, and you crash through the front room. You crash through what would have been the bathroom into the back room, where the fire catches very easily on the mail truck and all the paper mail inside of it. And I'm gonna say you and Crow, who are closest up on the truck, roll me youth. I'll say, yeah, just roll me youth.
Okay. Is it with advantage or just a single?
I'll say with advantage because you're doing this together as a couple who has romanced in the past. I'll say advantage. A 4.
Still
This is-
4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not fair. I got double
It was the
fives.
exact same
Double
roll.
fives.
Yeah.
For both of us. Wow.
For both of you, yeah.
All right.
Like a true couple.
Crow, you see the embers starting to catch in the back of the fire, and Junior is trapped under the unconscious bleeding form of Jerry. One of her wings is pinned by his arm and she's trying to get out of the side. Spoons, Steak, and Richard, you hear the frantic calls of Junior as she's trapped. I need all four of you to make me feelings rolls at advantage. This is one of your own. She's
Feels.
trapped. She's in danger, and if you
Will
don't
you
get to her
stop giving
fast
us
enough, it's gonna
advantage?
go up. Okay,
I
I won't give you
got
advantage.
one.
All four of you. Well,
It doesn't
okay.
matter because I got a 2.
Yeah, I got a 6. I failed.
I got a 1. It was
Okay.
my. Yeah.
I
got
got
a
a
1. It was
6.
my
A
original.
6.
roll.
All
Okay.
right. You've got they're all pulling at you, and their claws are digging into your side. I need you, Junior, to make one final roll. This is it. The love of your friends. You will either all be immolated or you will
Nice.
all escape having murdered
Oh!
the mailman.
Hey!
What'd you roll? Yes! Was it
A 1.
a 1? Amazing.
A 1.
You feel the strength of power and friendship and love and camaraderie course through you as they pull your wing free, and the 5 of you take to the skies as the mail truck burns, gets down to the gas tank, and explodes, destroying the empty house.
Wait, hold on. Does Jerry die?
Jerry is unconscious and trapped in an exploding mail truck. What do you think?
Could we help him out?
No!
No!
No helping Jerry.
No.
We just killed a man.
Yeah, well,
We
we'll
take
kill
multiple
owls
Multiple
and
things today.
lots of
We
things.
killed and birds and
We were
The
playing Murder
list.
and
This is
Spring
our
Control.
street.
This is ours.
We own this world.
immature
Arise.
use
We were gonna
violence.
kill
Arise,
him.
my
The
brothers.
fact that he said that, he matured out. Kick him out.
Yes, you take to the skies, and Steak, you feel a little guilty for the death of this man. This
I
man's death is on
do.
your
I
conscience.
do. I didn't know that was part of the game. I think I was there for the
Nerd.
van, damn it. He looks down at his knife and again he says, "Will I ever know peace from this violence?"
Spoons, your dear friend, your romance partner has been deeply unsettled by these events. How are you going to join him in this maturing and this these deep feelings, or are you going to
Don't go with
continue
Steak. Stay
your
immature with
raucous
me,
ways?
Spoons.
Oh my god.
An ultimatum has been thrown.
This is like
Spoons.
One Tree Hill level
What?
shit. Let's go, dog.
Bob.
Pacey.
Cry.
Uh,
that just makes Spoon
Got
wants to
tears
cry so
running down the
hard.
sides of their face.
Spiker,
I'm
Angel,
gonna
what are you doing?
look at everybody and I'm gonna take off the knife and I'm gonna set it down in front of all of them. I think it's time I moved on. Spoons, you're welcome to come with me. But I understand if you can't.
Come on, Richard. Plead your case.
Where I go, there's no going back.
Richard, what would you like to say to Spoons in this moment?
Spoons, we have so much fun eating trash and torturing the neighbors. Don't leave and become mature.
Spoons, you've heard the love of both of these ravens pushed in your direction. It's warm and inviting on both sides. Would you like to stay immature with Richard, or would you like to go off and try to find a new life with Steak? Or are you stumped now as you've left your steak knife behind?
I am Stump.
Oh.
This
Oh.
is character arc right here.
Development.
Oh yeah,
Growth.
a whole season
Well-
right here.
I'm gonna go up to to Stump.
Wait, and
And I'm just gonna like look at him like crane all the way up. And I'm like starting to tear up again. And I'll be like, I don't I've never known a place outside of the cul-de-sac, and I just don't think there's place out there for a little tiny raven like me. Maybe when I stop crying, I can come find you.
I think he takes his wings.
But
he
you've been
puts
best friend.
them over. Big bear hug. And he goes, "It's okay. You should feel better."
Oh.
I just sob. You've been the best friend I've ever had in the cul-de-sac.
She chose Spike.
You receive a warm embrace from Stump, as long as he wants to be there for you. And Stump, eventually, would you like to move on, or are you staying for Spoons?
Me? I have one destination, and then I'm moving on.
Yep.
I'm leaving the cul-de-sac.
All right.
I take a flight back to the metal god.
Mhm.
I stop by a familiar place.
Yeah.
A sewage puddle.
Yep. You bathe yourself in the horrors of sewage, and it feels cleansing. Your heart is a little broken, but you understand. You only want what's best for Spoons.
Spork, I came back.
Another bubble kind of comes out from under Spork, and the wind blows the sewage puddle as Spork gets shunted to the edge of it.
I understand what you said before. I commodified you. But love should never be tasked like that. Love should never kill a mailman. I think I'm ready now. If you are, to be loved.
Spoon doesn't move, or I'm sorry, Spork doesn't move, but Spork, just the edge of their prongs peeks from under the sewage water, and you feel seen and heard, and maybe there's a chance to heal.
He swoops Spork up, swoops them into his arms, does not put them back on the leg, and flies, both together, out of the cul-de-sac.
Out of the cul-de-sac. A beautiful love story between Spork and Stump. Spoons, you've stayed in the cul-de-sac. Richard, you watch as Stump takes flight and Spoons cries quietly. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I finally have accepted myself. Maybe I'm not human, but I'm about as smart as any human. I was definitely critical in killing Jerry. So even if Spoons doesn't recognize that, I still won in the end against Stump. So
You did. Do you feel like you've learned from this? Have you grown?
I think Richard is really messed up in the head, to be honest with you. No, so I don't think he has.
No.
He's just a mix of feelings.
Absolutely. The feelings are kind of swelling and coalescing within you, and it's kind of uncomfortable. Where would you like to end your story for now, as you leave your feelings behind? Would you like to bathe? Would you like to ant? Would you like to watch a fire? There is a big fire at the empty house.
Yeah, I think I'll just hang out by the fire and watch it burn.
Yeah. You sit and watch the fire burn. Far in the distance, you can hear the sirens that mean more people are coming, probably to extinguish this fire. But for now, it feels nice and safe and warm and familiar. Junior and Crow.
All right. Biggest dream happened.
I'm true.
I was not only Jerry has been defeated. and I was rescued by my friends.
Yeah.
And now, probably the future father of my children. I mean, there's no, like, the circle is now complete. I have now found peace and love.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
But
say that
wait.
you've definitely matured. And Crow, how are you feeling?
Ugh.
But wait, Junior, we don't need to stop here. The age of man has come to an end. Now is our chance to rebel and take this world for our own. With your mighty army of wolves, we can exert our dominion over mankind.
Let's do it.
Now, here's the thing. Because
Yes.
we are definitely going for world domination, apparently,
Sure.
at this point. You can't be no snot-nosed kids. And I don't think I would want to stay at the cul-de-sac. So
Yeah.
I would, if you want, let's go collect our wolves and collect our army.
And
And-
I will happily mature
You're-
to that.
Yeah,
Great.
I am
you
mad if I-
you two mature to villainy and take flight from the cul-de-sac.
So just me and Spoons remains.
Yeah,
You and
trust me.
Spoons remains. Spoons. Richard is watching the fire with an expression you're not sure you recognize. You've seen Stump leave. You've seen Junior and Crow leave. You've decided to stay in the cul-de-sac. How would you like to end your time for now on North River Road?
Can I go quickly over to the Cruz's house to see if there might be a doll or a animal or something with like an outfit,
Absolutely.
a human outfit?
Go
some
ahead and
kind.
roll me youth or feelings. Roll me feelings. Actually, this seems more feelings. Roll me feelings.
Feeling
Doesn't really matter. They're both 4. A
a
2.
2.
You circle back over to the Cruz house. Eleanor, who's been watching all of this,
Oh no!
she looks a little traumatized but a little excited, and
She doesn't comprehend it.
she's not entirely sure what's happening, but she's
Have the police arrived? What the fuck is happening? In
the
this
sirens
cul-de-sac?
are getting closer, but they haven't arrived just yet. And Eleanor's got she's got a doll dangling from one hand, and it's got a sweater or like a sweater vest on it that looks easy enough to pull off of. Yeah, you kind of pluck at it, and she sees what you're
Give
doing.
it
And
to
she goes,
Richard.
"Oh, do you like the sweater? Okay." And she pulls it off, and she kind of like pets your head with one finger and goes, "He was an asshole." And she gives you the
I
sweater.
love little psychotic children.
I just like look at her and just
Mhm.
nod once.
She nods to you in return, and you fly
Walk
back
back.
to Richard with the sweater vest.
Did that little girl just justify our murder of the
Yeah, I think
mailman?
so.
Yes, she did.
Vindication.
There it is.
Amazing.
And you bring the sweater back to Richard.
Yeah, I'll give Richard the
Spoons
sweater.
brings you a sweater.
I'm certainly surprised and impressed and love it, and I have a really hard time putting it on, but I try to.
Yeah, you like snuggle your way up into the sweater vest. It doesn't really work with your wings, but you kind of get them through, and they're a little akimbo at all times, so you can still fly that way. And as the fire trucks careen around the corner and tear into the cul-de-sac, you two take flight and go back towards the excavator, your territory for now. And that is where we will leave this Raven ruckus for now.
Wow, that's all I gotta say.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, I want to say thank you to
Wild.
James Diamato for creating this game and for also letting me butcher it to all hell.
No.
That was fun.
Awesome.
This was
was
so
so much
fun.
fun.
So
Wild.
ridiculous. Thank you guys for joining us this evening for some Corvid chaos. If you're looking to hear some more of our voices, maybe not in this capacity, today we released some is it psychotic operas? It's
Yeah.
psychotic operas,
Psychotic
Yes.
which is an
operas.
anthology of short horror stories that
Written
are
by folks of the Delta Green community.
Yes,
Yes.
Delta Green community. We've all recorded some. They're on our Apple podcast, on our Spotify. And if you want to hear all of the stories, you should also check out Black Project Gaming's streams and all podcast locations, as well as the Green Box's podcast locations. They're all horrifying in a very fun way. We all had a blast recording them, so check those out. Join us over the next week as we continue to hang out on stream. Aaron's going to do some more. You're doing more Assassin's Creed, right, Aaron?
More of me senselessly butchering people.
Yep. Serge, remind me who's on Iron's Run this
Eli
week?
is with us on Tuesday.
Woo!
Hi, Eli.
Eli's jumping into the storm, and this week on Heroes You Should Know, we're gonna have a very special guest. Carly from Spot Hidden is going to be
Nice.
joining me to talk about
It's
Carly.
exciting.
Lozen.
Our first guest appearance.
I know, I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
First
I'm
guest
we're
appearance.
talking about like what we're both doing and like the research we've been doing. I'm
Nice.
super psyched for it. And yeah, is there anything else anyone wants to plug or wants to shout out?
When are we back with Ashoka?
We're back with Ashoka May 14th, correct, Eli?
May 14th.
May 14th.
May 14th, we will be back with
Ooh, I'm so
Ashoka.
excited.
And if you haven't, you should listen to it so you can catch up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
For
catch up
the-
on Ashoka, catch up on Ironsworn, catch up on Doom to Repeat, which we're about to
Yeah.
get back into recording. We're all very terrified and excited for. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks, Allegra.
this-
Good game.
Crazy one shot.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you
thank
guys
you,
for
man.
playing this
Thank
nonsense.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
great.
We
Everyone-
love you, Zakia.
We
Yeah.
love you, Zach. We miss
See
you
Zach on the next
terribly.
one.
Yeah.
Miss you.
Everyone have a lovely weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, guys.